Right now on 97.3 The Fan.
It's got to be un-American to come on the program and immediately say Viva Mexico tonight.
I don't think so in this
But Mark
scenario.
DeRosa has almost turned me into a Mexico baseball fan and turned me against Team USA. Got to be one of the stupidest things I've heard from any athlete. He's not an athlete.
He's a manager.
Manager.
Coach.
You know, and one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. We're going to talk about it. Welcome to Gwynn and Chris, everybody. 2:01 is the time. Chris Ello, Matt Skraby together in our Odyssey Palace studios today. Tony Gwynn Jr. is not on the program today, but he will be heard from because we spent, myself, and Anthony spent quite a bit of time this morning on a text chain that I started.
Oh, yeah.
And
Chris came in hot this morning.
Came in with it. And Tony Gwynn Jr., 100% on the other side of the argument.
Which I expected.
So we will discuss all of this, but it's unbelievable to me that I'm honestly sitting here, American, true and true, and I actually am not going to mind if Mexico wins tonight and they score 4 or fewer runs and the USA gets eliminated.
Now, that's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy.
I'm going to explain it to you as we go along. I don't like this, and you don't like this either, Skraby.
No, but I'm not going to hope for the team to lose.
Well, they're not going to lose. They're not
I'm not going
playing.
to hope for the team to be eliminated.
They're not playing. They have to sit there and wait to see what their fate is tonight because of their manager. And I am not a fan of arrogance. I am not a fan of entitlement. I'm certainly not a fan of cockiness. And that is the attitude that I have seen and heard and read from Mark DeRosa before, during, and throughout this tournament. So much so that the guy was completely misinformed in his own mind, apparently, about what the rules were for this World Baseball Classic. And now, instead of owning up to his mistake, he's just like everything and everywhere else in this country. He's not owning up to it at all. He's trying to make a bunch of excuses for it, and he's flat out lying. And I've had it with this kind of stuff. And, I don't want to bring the rest of the world into it. We are separate from that. But this is when sports kind of begets what's going on out there in the world. Mark DeRosa said on an interview this morning, right?
This morning?
I'm sorry, yesterday morning.
I have it right here.
Okay, here's what he said. This is after the USA beat Mexico. They were 3-0, and they were getting ready to play Italy in their 4th and final game yesterday. This is what Mark DeRosa said on MLB Network, which is another play. He also works there.
Yes.
You got 9 bodies ready to roll today, I would imagine.
Absolutely. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to get some guys off their feet. No question about it. I'd like to get Goldie a start. And, he has been awesome. Just a leader of men behind the scenes with Aaron Judge. I'd like to get him in there. I'd like to get Gunnar in there again. Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our ticket's punched to the quarterfinals, because Mexico plays Italy actually tomorrow. So this.
All right, we already heard
All right,
the part
so
we
our
need.
ticket is punched to the quarterfinals, which is, we all know, just was not true. And it definitely became aware to all of us after the United States went out and slumbered its way to a rather embarrassing loss to Italy. You can say that it was just baseball or it was just happenstance. Okay, I'll give you that. Upsets happen. But you got guys throwing the ball into center field. You got center fielders throwing the ball back in that bounce past the shortstop and the catcher and go all the. It looked like Mickey Mouse. This is the United States, one of the greatest collection of all-star players of all time, throwing the ball around like they were the Bad News Bears. And they're down 8-0 in the 6th inning because of this. And then they bounce back and they come up short and they lose the game. And after the game, everybody goes, hey, wait a minute. The United States is not through to the quarterfinals. What if Mexico wins tomorrow night? They did all the tiebreaker scenarios, and it turns out if Mexico wins tonight and scores 4 or fewer runs, so if Mexico wins 4-0, 4-1, 3-1, whatever the score is, under 4 or 4 or under, United States is out of the tournament. Now, Mark DeRosa, in realizing that he now stuck his foot in his mouth, said, well, I just misspoke. Basically saying, I knew all along, but I misspoke. Liar. Why do we know he's a liar? Because in a press conference before the game yesterday, he said, do you have this or did you find it?
I did.
I knew you were looking for it.
Tough audio.
Tough audio?
Yeah.
All right, let me just say what he said then.
Okay.
He basically said before the game yesterday in a pregame press conference that, you know what, the guys celebrated a little bit last night, and there's some guys that are, they're dragging a little bit.
Yep.
He basically admitted.
Here's the quote. There's some guys dragging today.
Right. So he basically admitted that they celebrated moving to the quarterfinals and a couple of guys are dragging. And then he went and put a lineup together as if he'd already clinched it. He kept out starting guys, Bryce Harper. He did not go for the jugular. He wanted to get everybody some playing time, which is all well and good. But guess what? They didn't win. And now, in a tournament that was basically made for us, hell, I don't know how they put the draw together, but they kept Japan and Dominican Republic magically on the other side. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, I've noticed that.
I mean, it's like, the whole thing was...
They fixed the pools to try to get the best teams.
Exactly. They fixed it so the U.S. can get to the finals. Of course they did. And I don't know how you felt about losing a baseball game to Italy, but I had a feeling it's similar to how the Italians would feel if in group play, the United States beat them at soccer. Like, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it wouldn't exactly make them happy either.
Yeah.
Soccer is Italy's sport. They win that thing. Well, baseball's ours. Italy's not supposed to beat us. But here we are now, sitting in the situation, and I'm tired of people. I'm not mad at making mistakes. They have erasers on pencils. I get it. I'm tired of people blaming something else or not owning up to it. Or in this case, just flat out lying. I misspoke. No, you didn't misspoke. You truly thought that you had clinched it. So say so. Or at least own up to it. Don't tell me you misspoke. He didn't misspoke. I know the grammar's not great there.
Misspeak.
I understand. I did that on purpose. All right. So anyway, with all of this as a backdrop, this is the exchange between myself and Anthony and Skraby.
Well, I was barely
morning.
in this.
Well, you're in it enough.
I was driving to my other job when all this was going down.
Well, this isn't a big argument. I mean,
it was a debate, but I opened my phone and I was like, geez, these guys have been going at it.
We're not going at it. Just because we disagree on something doesn't mean we go at it. We both have opinions. Here we go. I started it at 8:51 a.m. Sports teaches us so many things. Among them, arrogance and entitlement are all well and good until karma decides to step in. Even though it would sink the USA, it wouldn't break my heart if Mexico wins and scores 4 or fewer runs tonight. Mark DeRosa would never live it down. Skraby got in second. Mr. I wasn't in the thing. You were the second person in. You said they thought they were already in the next round.
I forgot about that. You're right.
You said, that's more stupidity than arrogance, but I get what you're saying. I went on to say, his arrogance was on display throughout the tournament before his stupidity even kicked in. Quote, we don't care who Mexico is pitching because we've got the greatest lineup, et cetera, stuff like that. Skraby, oh, I see. Well, we'll have a good conversation today. Then came one of the longest texts I've seen in a long time from Anthony Gwynn. Is it possible that at 9:45 a.m. when he did the interview that he thought they were already in? And then maybe sometime in between the time he finished the interview and the game started that he was informed otherwise. I'll read the whole thing first. And this is Tony, and you know how much respect I have for my partner. Is it possible that all of these major league teams that allowed their players to play have stipulations on when they can throw and when they can't, playing time, etc.? Is it possible that the Italians just beat their ass? I know everyone wants everything to be black and white, but maybe, just maybe they're not. The reality is the same. This is a good, long time for Tony here. The reality is the same exact result could have happened even if they weren't cocky, even if they did know the rules from the beginning. And I wrote all true. Everything he wrote there is true.
Yeah.
But the only part that isn't necessarily possible is his question. Is it possible that Mark DeRosa thought at 9:45 when he did the interview that they were in and then found out later? No, because if he would have found out later, he would have put a better lineup together, I believe. Also, at the pregame press conference, I don't believe he would have said, we got a bunch of guys dragging today. I think he would have said, hey, we're focused, man. We got to win this game. We can't take a chance of it going to a tiebreaker. So I don't think he ever figured it out until maybe after they lost to Italy. And then somebody said, Mark, with that loss.
There's a decent chance that he found out in the middle of the game.
Okay, the middle, right. When he
started, all of a sudden he started managing.
When it was 8-0 and he started paying attention. So anyway, I wrote back to Tony. I said, all true. I said, but that's not the way people remember it if they fail to advance. And then I said, John Boy also posted a video of DeRosa saying that they partied some after the Mexico win, and some guys were dragging a bit. Not the best look. I think you'd agree with that, Skrabe. I'm not trying to buy your vote here, but no, just tell me what you think.
I know. I liked how you said buy your vote.
Right. If the U.S. loses or it doesn't get in, and 2 years from now, we all look back on the World Baseball Classic and people say, yeah, remember the U.S. didn't get in? What are they going to say? They're all going to say, yeah, because DeRosa screwed up. That's what's going to be in the history books.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I will say this, though. I don't think that Mark DeRosa was being arrogant when he said that. I thought he just genuinely believed they were going to the next round. And I didn't get it as an arrogant thing.
Okay.
I think that we've met him, we've talked to him.
But what about the arrogance? What about the arrogance of are you worried about who Mexico's pitching? Nah, I don't care who they're pitching. We're so
that's different. But in this instance of him saying, we've punched our ticket, I feel like he was just saying what he thought was the truth.
I didn't say it was being arrogant about saying he punched his ticket.
Well, you put arrogant, so I thought that's what it was.
I put arrogance in reference to the way he went about approaching the earlier games.
But here's the other thing.
Yes.
Mark DeRosa is the manager, yes. He will take all the heat for this, yes. But where's the rest of the coaching staff, the players,
where's somebody
PR people?
Right. Where's somebody from Team USA to go, Mark, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Right. That's part of it.
Like you have at least 8 hours.
You got to have 100 people that should have known this.
And also, I'm not going to put it on these guys, but Harold Reynolds and Matt Vasgersian didn't say a thing either.
Right. They should have known.
If Mark DeRosa was on our show and said that, I think we'd be like, well, I think you need to win
wait a
one
minute,
more.
Mark. Don't you have to win one? All right, let's go back to Anthony now after I said it's not a good look. Wrote Tony, sitting around the clubhouse and drinking beers long after the game is not partying. I believe the word John Boy used was, quote, fun. Also, just because that's how people will remember it doesn't mean that it's accurate or it's true. A lot of people remember COVID not happening. Shall we all run with that as well? I absolutely hate the idea that John Boy can get on there this morning and talk like he knows 100% that the USA thought they were in already at game time and that they didn't give a bleep. And some people will run with that narrative. By the way, I'm sure Italy didn't do the exact same thing after they won that game last night. Maybe wine instead of beers.
A little
comedy from Tony there.
Pasquantino asked for some wine after the game.
This is when Skraby jumped back in here.
Don't even read this part. The conversation's over.
I love it. Skraby said, this is why I love our dynamic, two sometimes very different opinions with truth sprinkled in all three. And then Tony said, now you guys have my opinion for the show.
Yes, we do.
And you said, and we get to educate the audience about things us normal people don't know. Have a good day off. I finally said, Good. No, he said, thank you. One more thought for all that. The WBC wasn't all that interesting or moving the needle. It sure seems like they're moving the needle.
They're definitely moving.
I agree with that. Thanks to Mark DeRosa's incompetence, we're talking about the World Baseball Classic. So I will say thank you to Mark DeRosa for that. You said it's definitely taking on a life of its own. I finished up by saying...
Bleep you.
No, I didn't. I finished up by saying good conversation on the WBC, but I'll probably still choose to blame it all on DeRosa anyway.
You did. You did. Which he deserves the blame. He deserves the blame.
Yeah.
And like, I just don't, because there is nothing black and white. There are many different things that we don't know about. You bring up
one of my favorite points of the whole thing that you just brought up was that somebody somewhere should have told Mark DeRosa, Mark, we haven't clinched it yet. How could everybody not know this?
That is crazy because he said this
he's the
MLB
point
Network.
Man. He's the point man, but you got all these other people here. Like when a head coach in a basketball game is out of timeouts, the assistants all tell the coach, you're out of timeouts. You're out of timeouts. You're out of timeouts. You're out of, you know what I mean? The coach can't be expected to keep track of all that.
This is not a one-man thing. This is not a one-man man or woman thing. Like you know what? I'm going to say it. Team USA failed as a whole.
Well, it may cost them.
Now let's say this.
Yes.
If they get in,
it's going to just go away. Yeah, it's going to go away. It's not going to be a thing.
I mean, we'll make jokes about it forever and ever. But
that's why I don't want them to get in, because I want to stay on I want to stay on the attack.
You can stay on the attack, but I want them in.
I want to hate DeRosa forever.
I want them in.
Well, here's the deal. The game was originally between Italy and Mexico. Okay. Get this. Italy's playing Mexico tonight in one of the biggest games in American baseball history.
It is crazy.
And we're not playing in it. And the game was scheduled to be aired on Tubi.
Tubi?
No.
Or not Tubi.
Tubi. Fox Sports was smart enough to switch it over. At least it will be on Fox Sports 1. And it starts at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
We will be able to keep you up to date. If Mexico gets a 5-run lead in the early going, the United States is probably safe. But if Mexico, I'm just saying, if Mexico is winning 4-1 in the 9th inning, I wouldn't be shocked if Mexico just bunts back to the mound 3 times and tries not to
Adam
score.
Are insane. Adam is trying
How are we insane?
Adam's trying to convince me that Italy and Mexico are going to conspire together to make sure the U.S. stays out. That is not going to happen.
He's insane for thinking that they're going to, for 54 outs, they're going to conspire to make the score a certain score. What I'm saying is if it comes down to the last inning and you're at 4 runs, why score a 5th? You might as well try to knock the U.S. out. It's not stupid.
I don't even think
it takes a conspiracy. It takes a Mexico manager looking at the scoreboard going, we're up 4-0. We have one more bat here. Let's just bunt back, make sure we don't score, and then shut them down. And we move on, they move on, and U.S. is out. That's not stupid.
0 chance there's going to be bunt ball.
0 chance, you say.
They're not going to go batters in a row bunting. If they do, I will lose all respect for the World Baseball Classic.
Well, but that's not Mexico's fault.
No, it's not their fault.
That would not be Mexico's fault. That would be the layout of the land. We're way past our time.
Yes, we are.
Speaking of things that were incredible last night, but most people are railing against for some reason, the 83-point game of Bam Adebayo.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much controversy about this and hatred. When and Chris is underway. Are you considering? A short segment because we went on and on and on about Mark DeRosa. I went on and on and on.
Don't get me wrong. People are like, Skraby doesn't blah, blah, blah. I think this is stupid. I said it in the text. I think it's more stupidity than arrogance. That's all.
Fine. Even if you don't think there was anything arrogant, you just think Mark DeRosa was being legit and saying he's got a good
in that one
team.
instance, I didn't feel it was arrogant.
Fine. But stupid and entitled, I think, do enter into it. The entitlement comes in with the idea that you don't even think you have to check the rules to push yourself through to the next round.
I can't defend that.
Okay.
Can't defend any of that.
That's where I've
already said Team USA as a whole has failed.
That's where I see some entitlement. Aaron Judge, by the way, railed against all of it. He said it had nothing to do with the outcome of the game. But it doesn't matter. It just doesn't look good.
No,
your own manager said, have already moved on. Your own manager said, yeah, we got a couple of guys dragging today. Your own manager said, I want to get some other guys in there because basically this game doesn't matter. Your own manager set this up.
Yeah. Yeah. He did make the bed.
He did. So let's, as you said, let's hope they don't have to lie in it by night.
Oh, you want it to happen, which there are people on the chat that want them to be eliminated for this too.
Here's the thing about wanting them. It's that, the old perverse thing where you want to stop and look at a car crash as you're driving by.
Of course.
You truly don't want to see somebody in a car crash. But if there is one, you're going to slow down and look at it.
Yeah.
It's similar how I feel about this. You're right. I don't want the USA not to play and have a chance to win the tournament. But this is going to be a hell of a nice car crash to look at.
Can we just say, what was the point of having Mason Miller on this team if he's not going to ever pitch?
He pitched
one
ninth
inning.
He pitched the ninth inning
last
yesterday.
Night?
He pitched the top of the ninth yesterday.
Sorry, my bad. I was driving home.
He pitched the top of the ninth when it was 8-5 and kept it 8-5 with 2 strikeouts, as you might imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure he was great.
Yeah. Real quick on Bam Adebayo. We're going to have to talk about it later because there's a lot to it. But suffice to say that as cranky and as negative as I often am, I don't understand all the negativity around what he accomplished last night. The negativity stems from, shouldn't have kept him in the game. Well, it was BS. They kept passing him the ball. Well, they were fouling the Wizards to extend the game so he could get more chances. Well, this, that, the other, and other. How many times in an NBA game have teams done exactly what Miami did? For Doncic to get 70 points, for Michael Jordan in the past to get a 60, for other guys just to get a triple-double. We talked about the other day, the Lakers called timeout to tell Austin Reeves to stop getting rebounds so that LeBron could get the triple-double. This happens all the time. But you know what doesn't happen all the time? Somebody still gets 83 points. That's unbelievable. That is ridiculous. That is insane. Kobe Bryant's record, as it were, because I know Wilt's 100, but Kobe Bryant's 81 was going to stand the test of time forever. And it certainly wasn't going to be broken by a guy who averages about 10 points a game.
Yeah, that is the craziest.
That's the craziest part of it.
Who barely ever shoots threes and made a bunch of them.
And everybody said, he took 22 threes. Yeah. Kobe now he did shoot under 50%, and that is going to be, a slam on him to a certain extent. And he got 43 free throws, which is an all-time record. Nobody's ever gotten anywhere close to that. When Wilt had 100, he had 32 free throw attempts. This guy had 43. But I'm shocked at the negativity surrounding what I feel is just an incredible achievement. 83 points. Everyone who's out there has a chance to do it. Luka plays games against the Wizards too. Kevin Durant plays again. You know what I mean? There's been horrible teams out there in the NBA that have won 10 games, 11 games, 9 games the whole season. They haven't given up 83 points to one player.
I think we need to reset your algorithm because I have seen none of these opinions on Bam Adebayo at all.
You've seen nothing but congrats to Bam. He's the greatest guy ever.
Yeah, this is cool. It's awesome that he did this.
No.
Wow, I can't believe this guy did this. I don't see any of that.
I've seen all
in the comments I do, but I don't see random posts. I just see
I've seen all
Bam
of it.
Adebayo scored 83 and everybody's all happy about it.
Well, I've seen all people. I've seen so much negativity about it. and for what I just, the reasons I just talked about. So we'll get into that a little bit later. I think that, should go down as really an incredible thing that happened last night.
It was.
I will say, when I saw it on Twitter at maybe 6:15, I was scrolling Twitter and it said all-time scoring leaders: Wilt 100, Bam Adebayo 83, Kobe Bryant 81. I was like, what the hell's this?
What the hell's this?
Right? I'm like, what do you mean? Bam Adebayo scored. I had to, go search out to see, did he score 83 points?
He did.
And he did.
He's now averaging 35 points a game for the month of March.
But for the season, what's his season scoring average now?
Season scoring average is
14?
now 20 points even.
Okay, well, that's decent, but
He's
it
got
ain't
20.
80.
He's basically a 20 and 10 guy.
Yeah, it's not 83. All right.
And he shot 46.5%. That's not too bad.
Yeah, but it's not good enough to get 80 points. You should shoot over 50% at least.
I mean, the 36 made free throws really help.
That helped. All right. Gwynn and Chris is rolling. We're going to step away from some of this controversy to give you Padre fans some info that you like to have. Sam Dykstra from MILB.com on the young Padres and their impact at spring training. By the way, the Padres are off today. They're not playing. We haven't avoided talking about them, but we will talk about them next on 97.3 The Fan. Control Z does?
I do.
Yeah, you do. I didn't. So the question is, am I an idiot? Or are there more people like me who don't know? Chris Ello, Matt Skraby together in the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Gwynn and Chris on 97.3 The Fan. Tony is off today, as are the Padres. But we're going to talk with our guy from MILB.com, Sam Dykstra, in just a minute. I was typing an email, an important email, actually, a little bit ago during the break. And I don't know what happened. Somehow I hit the backspace bar and it got stuck. And so how this happened,
the actual key got stuck.
The key got stuck.
That keyboard is old and gross.
This is a little old, yeah. So yeah, the key gets stuck. So right in front of my eyes, the entire email disappeared one letter at a time.
Can I do the sound effects?
I was like, wow.
He goes, what?
Yeah, what's happening?
I'm like, what is wrong over there?
I think there was a couple of swear words in there too.
This is why we need a camera on us in break.
Yeah, during breaks, that all the excitement happens. So yeah, I was like, I lost my entire email that I'd worked, on, and it disappeared one letter at a time. And Skraby goes, dummy, just hit Control Z. It'll come right back. Yeah. And I'm like, what's that? And that's the undo button.
Someone's saying Control Y, but Control Y is way too far. Control Z is really easy to undo. And someone says, as a programmer, Control Z is my friend.
Right. People say you say you use it often.
I use it all the time. To
restore something that disappeared by accident.
And sometimes you could restore something that you did 15 moves ago. You can just keep going back in time. As long as it's open and it has that history, you can go back to the beginning of your dock if you want. Okay. My life has just changed for the better. Thank you, Skraby. Kayla says you have two hands, but when I'm typing and I make a mistake, I just go pinky on the control.
Right, Control Z.
And then the middle finger
Control
on
Y
Z.
would do the same thing, and you're saying
Control Y is pinky on control.
Oh,
and
you're
then I
worried
have to
about
lift
how
my
far
hand.
away it is. I already knew about Control C to copy something and Control V to then paste it. I just did not know about Control Z. I do now, and I'm glad to have shared it with the rest of you out there, if there are any of you out there that didn't know it as well.
Control Z is efficient.
Very efficient. This is a big deal. I'm telling you.
Control Y is inefficient.
All right.
I'm against the Control Y.
Yeah, you really are. Yeah, you're a Gen Z guy. You're not a Gen Y on this one. All right. Remember to listen around 5:35. For us, we will announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night in the Odyssey Suite at a future Padre game. We'll all be there. Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine will cater it. Register your name at 973thefansc.com/biggest fan in order to potentially have your name called. That's later on, 5:35 today. By the way, a quick programming note. I don't think this is going to change everybody's day dramatically, but we like to fill you in. Skraby and I are out of here 8 minutes early today.
And I am not staying a minute later.
Right. I mean, we are, when that thing hits 5:52, we're out the door.
The music hits at like 5:46.
Oh, even earlier.
1 foot out of the door at 5:46.
Yeah, we're out of here, baby. I want to be right there. I'm not staying the hell around here. We're leaving early today because UCSD basketball will be on tonight.
Yes.
The Tritons taking on Cal Poly in the first round of the big, what is it?
Big West?
Big West Conference. They're changing, to the West Coast Conference with USD next year.
Correct, yeah.
All right, Sam Dykstra is, God, is he smart. Every time we talk to Sam Dykstra, I finish the interview and I'm like, man, I know a whole lot more than I did before. MILB.com joins us here on Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Always good to have you on, Sam. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks so much for that introduction. I wish you had one everywhere I went.
I'll give you this audio. You can play it for yourself.
No, either that.
Yeah, there we go. That will be my my new voicemail.
No,
right? Yeah,
you know what, Sam? Be a little bit more aggressive than that. What we're going to do, Skraby's going to go back. We're going to print out what I said on the introduction.
Oh, I see.
And then you are going to send that to every radio station you appear on from now on and say, before you bring me on, you're going to have to read this.
Yeah, required.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just say,
so now you guys are becoming my agent.
Exactly.
Yes.
If you don't read this, I'm not coming on. All right. Sam, we got a day off from Padre baseball, but I guess the good thing for the World Baseball Classic, in a sense, has been that a lot of younger guys are getting a lot more playing time than they might otherwise have. And, we really have seen some pretty good performances here in spring training. I'm curious, as, somebody who follows the minor leagues a lot more than we do, which of these performances, whether it be Sanabria or whether it be who was the kid who hit the grand slam yesterday? Skraby is your favorite guy.
Chase Bowen.
Yeah, Chase Bowen. Whether it's him or whoever, whose performance has meant the most, would you say, this spring to a young guy's future?
Yeah, the one that stood out most to me as somebody who, has done the Padres top 30 for MLB Pipeline was Romeo Sanabria, because following his season last year, it was such an interesting one because he got to such a strong start. And I always thought of him as, a first base only type who could hit. And then he really wilted as the Texas League drew on into June, July, August. And I don't know how much of that was just, it was a long, hot Texas summer, and how much of that was, he doesn't have the bat I thought he did. So I slotted him in at number 28. Comes around, I had talked to some Padres people in the offseason. They were hopeful that he was going to get stronger. This is going to be his age 24 season. He's basically physically mature now. They thought he had learned from that process, had worked on his body, and lo and behold, he's hit the ball pretty well so far. I will say, diving into some of the data, he's been an aggressive swinger, so I want to see what happens when that plays out over a larger sample. But I do feel more comfortable about him as a hitter because he's going to need to hit, right? He's not somebody who can move to the outfield. He's a 30-grade runner on the 20 to 80 scale, and he's a questionable first baseman even. He's got to work on his defense there. But if he's hitting like he's hitting now in the Cactus League, by the time he goes back to San Antonio, he's somebody who could be in El Paso really quick.
All right. So he's made made strides. Who would be, like, whether it's Bowen or somebody else, who would have put themselves position to be, quote, an early call-up this year if somebody on the big league roster goes down? Anybody get to that status?
I think Chase Bowen is put himself into an interesting position because he's somebody who used to be in the Pirates top 30 a few years ago, made it up to AAA last year, signed as a minor league free agent, basically depth, right? But he plays all three positions well. He's got some sprint speeds up to 30 feet per second, which is the elite level. If you're averaging that, you're elite. He's touching that. So he can be an above average to plus runner to play all three positions. That's going to help him. My question for him is kind of similar to Sanabria. Last year in AAA, his chase rate was in the 9th percentile. He was a really aggressive swinger. What happens, when he's going to face, he's going to go back to AAA, he's going to have to show he can be more disciplined. And we'll see how things go from there. But it's about average power. He could be somebody who, has eclipsed Terso Ornelas, who for years the Padres have been waiting for him to become a fourth outfielder. Maybe it's Chase Bowen instead because he's more athletic.
Yeah, that is interesting because they have been waiting for Tirso to take that next step, and he got some opportunities last year, but didn't.
Sometimes while you're waiting to take a step, somebody else takes two steps.
That is unfortunate.
Right? Yeah, they don't wait around.
We're talking to Sam Dykstra of MILB.com, and he is brought to you by the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Now, you wrote an article today, actually, about Cruz Schoolcraft, the Padres' top prospect, and you were writing about how he is now, I didn't even realize this, but he was a two-way player, and then this year is his first year as a professional pitcher. He's going to that direction, but everybody seems to like him. You say he draws a crowd. Is he ahead of schedule, you think?
I don't know if I would say ahead of schedule. I did ask the Padres because they are typically very aggressive with their really good prospects.
Yeah.
How aggressive can they get with Cruz Schoolcraft? And they answered, we like to push the gifted. So we'll see how things go for Schoolcraft. I still expect him to
means, but I like it.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, you look at Leo DeVries, you look at Ethan Salas, right? Like they are aggressive with those types. They're not aggressive with everybody. So would Schoolcraft fit in that? I don't think he's there yet. He's probably opening at single A Lake Elsinore. That being said, I think he's one of those types, and we've seen these all over the minor leagues, guys like Nolan McLean and Carson Bench with the Mets and Bubba Chandler with the Pirates. Guys who go from two-way status, which he was doing all the way through high school until right up into the draft. Once they focus on one specific thing, they can really take off. And he's somebody who has a very specific thing to focus on in his slider. Fastball is really good. It was 94 to 96 when I saw it the other day. He's got 7 foot of extension because he's 6'8". He's going to stand out anywhere. And he's got a really good changeup because if you look at his hands, he's gripping the entire baseball. I mean, his hand just wraps around it and makes that pitch really effective, and has since he was really young. So if he can work on that slider, and he can do that now because he's not playing first base anymore, he could take off. So it's really going to be an interesting year for him. I think he's going to get tons of opportunities at Lake Elsinore before they push him. They don't really want to jeopardize his health and get too aggressive with this guy, but everything was looking good so far out of what I've seen from Crew Schoolcraft and heard about him and heard from talking to him the other day.
Crew Schoolcraft is not easy to say. I got to be honest with you. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Sam Dykstra does. He's from MILB.com. He's joining us here. I got to get your opinion because I've heard, I think, every writer's opinion. I've heard my opinion. I've heard Tony's. We certainly heard the fans' opinion about Luis Campusano. But as somebody who has probably actually watched him play in the minor leagues, like you have, what is it, do we think, that has kept Luis Campusano from, I don't want to even say, reproduce his minor league numbers, but just get somewhere close to those? What do you think has been the holdup from your opinion, Sam, which I, respect on this a lot?
Yeah, it's fascinating because I've wondered the same thing. I mean, I thought last year he felt like such a change of scenery candidate to me. Like if he's not breaking through in San Diego, he was pummeling the ball in El Paso. I mean, the exit velocities were really good. The contact rates were above average. Everything was there for him to get an opportunity, and it just wasn't happening. And listen, I like Freddie Fermin. I like that trade. But Campusano deserves a shot to be a starter somewhere. It's kind of crazy. Like it feels like he's still young, but he's also 27 now. Like we've been at this too long. I think, defensively, he hasn't come around in the way they would have hoped. You need a little bit more there. And just guys, the jump from AAA to the majors is as big as it's ever been. We're seeing guys get to AAA quicker, and then you're going up against major league quality talent sometimes, but it's not all the Tarek Skubals of the world, the Paul Skeens of the world are not at AAA.
Yeah.
Even the really good prospects are moving through AAA pretty quick. So you're not seeing the high quality talent there. He might be pummeling it there, but it's not,
not translating.
It's not sticky. It's not sticky. It's been, I liked him a lot as a prospect coming up. He was definitely a top 100 talent. It just, catching can be really difficult. They have to deal with so many different things that those guys sometimes break down in multiple ways, and Campusano just hasn't come together yet.
We're talking to Sam Dykstra of MILB.com, and he's brought to you by the SCCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. I'll continue with the catcher position, and I will do our annual, or not annual, but our every interview
Ethan Salas
in question, because you did write about him in your Crew Schoolcraft article, and he was assigned down to minor leagues. Again, he's very young. And what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, it's funny because I'm doing the same thing to everybody I talk to. It's just like, all right, here comes the Ethan Salas question. What's the latest? And what I put in the piece is what I've heard pretty much all offseason is that he's healthy, coming off the back injury last year. One thing that I found pretty promising is that even when he was rehabbing here in Arizona, he was actually going to Padres games against the Diamondbacks at Chase Field to just watch what that environment is like and talk through it with other instructors and coaches and be like, oh, how are they working it behind the plate? What decisions are they making on pitches to call? There's so many other things a catcher can do, even if they are not behind the plate all the time. So he was taking those steps even when he wasn't playing. Now for me, the biggest question is what's the bat going to be? Because it wasn't very good at high A Fort Wayne 2 years ago. It was difficult to judge in a very small sample last year at San Antonio. And even hearing from the Padres, he's exactly who we thought he was defensively. Everything's working great there. It's just we need him to be more consistent with the barrel, more consistently up the middle of the field with the bat. That's only going to come with time. So if he gets off to a slow start at San Antonio, I still wouldn't push the panic button. But I think he's somebody who, with reps, has shown he can grow into a level. He got better at Fort Wayne at the tail end. He was decent in the Arizona Fall League. I think he could be somebody who gets maybe like a 750 OPS in San Antonio and pushes his way back onto a top 100.
Okay. Real quick on Ethan Salas, and then I got one more question on. I want to ask you about Connor Griffin, also the Pirate prospect. But for Salas, is he currently still an untouchable prospect for the Padres, or has that maybe changed a little?
I think that's changed. I think his value has also changed.
Yeah.
Because the industry, everybody I talk to in the industry, we put together a top 100. And
Yeah.
you initially put him on the long list of just like, hey, we'll take your feedback. Nobody knows how to judge him because they did not see him last year.
Mm.
And we've seen examples of like Diego Cartaya, who used to be a big-time Dodgers prospect and one of the best catching prospects in the game. He went all around the waiver wire this offseason because he's broken down. It has not worked out for Diego Cartaya. There are real concerns that that's going to happen for Ethan Salas. Now, it's too early to judge. He's still only 19 years old.
Yeah.
But what you would get for him in a trade isn't going to be very big right now until a lot of questions are answered.
Yeah, we should have traded him when everybody said we can't trade him.
But here's the next great thing, Chris.
Of course he was, and that's how you never know. And that's what makes this intriguing. And that's
he still could be the next great thing. We don't know.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, the next great thing, though, is Connor Griffin for the Pirates. And you got a couple minutes left, Sam, so I know you do the Padres, but I'm sure you've had conversations. Everything is, that this is, I mean, the accolades have been way off the charts, almost to the point where I don't see how the kid could ever live up to it. He broke on the scene with a couple of home runs in a spring game, but if you dig deeper, he's hitting 208 in spring. 3 of his 5 hits are home runs. He's got no walks, and he struck out 6 times in 24 at bats. So, and that's spring training. But tell me what you think is going to be the deal with Connor Griffin this year and beyond, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, beyond, I think he's an all-world talent. Like, he is the makings of a superstar, given what he was able to do across 3 levels last year. You look at him as a physical presence. The quote that's going around this spring is that he's like a build-a-player. Like, if you were making somebody an MLB The Show, it would look like Connor Griffin, given his height, given his musculature, given his speed. Like, he hasn't slowed down. He's still a 70 grade runner on the 20 to 80 scale. He's a really good defender at short. There were questions about him coming in to pro ball, whether he would be a shortstop or a center fielder. Pretty much all of those are answered now. Now, that being said, I understand, like, he makes the highlights this spring, and he's made a couple of really good defensive plays too. But if you dig deeper into the numbers, it may not look great on paper. I still think he's the Pirates' best option at shortstop. Nick Gonzalez is somebody who, like, is being bandied about as maybe an option.
Yeah.
But even if Connor Griffin struggles out of the gate offensively, and that could be the case, he's going to be such a good runner. He's going to be such a good defender that he's going to make the Pirates better. And I think you allow him that space to grow into the level because he's done that everywhere he's played. He just needs that level of exposure. And it's not going to come in Indianapolis. It's going to come on that Pittsburgh team.
He stole something like 70 bases across minor leagues, right? I mean, the guy is just like, and he hit 30-something home runs. I mean, he's crazy good. So
yeah, people were talking about him as like a 2020 player. He was a 2165 player last year.
2165.
So if he gets on base, he's a threat to steal. And there's value in that, even if he's hitting like 210 in April.
Connor Griffin, we'll see if he makes the Pirates. Sam Dykstra always makes our lineup. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
We'll catch up to you soon. Appreciate the insight. I know our fans do as well.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys.
All right, there you go, Sam Dykstra from MILB.com. Good info there. I hope info that, you out there, Padre fans, kind of were interested in. Jace Bowen has really, Sam says he's probably would be the guy maybe that you'd go to now. He's past Tirso Ornelas. Sanabria's put his name in the hat now. Ethan Salas, he wouldn't call him untouchable anymore. That's quite an interesting
development
step back from where it was a year or two ago.
Maybe they'll take a little pressure off the kid.
Maybe so. All right, more Gwynn and Chris. I believe it is Daily Gambit time.
Yes, the Gambit.
All right. We didn't do very well last night.
I did. Hey, speak for yourself.
You weren't very good either.
Oh,
get out.
maybe
You're
I-
under 500. More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
That's not good then.
Welcome back to it, 3 o'clock. That was a lively first hour. I recommend... Huh? You're exhausted?
I'm exhausted.
I recommend you go back later and listen to it again. It was good. I mean, we tore Mark DeRosa apart. Skraby tried desperately to keep me from attacking him too badly, but I couldn't help it.
Because I want him to come on the show one day.
Well, bring him on with who else would be good with him? Oh, Cynthia Freeland, somebody like that.
Well,
one of my other favorites.
You didn't say anything bad about Mark DeRosa, but you've definitely hated on Cynthia Freeland.
I did say something bad about Mark DeRosa. I said he's stupid.
Well,
I mean, that's not nice.
In this instance, I don't think anyone's arguing you.
All right. Well, anyway, USA will have to keep its fingers crossed. Italy and Mexico play at 4 o'clock today. If you need to watch it, you may have thought like I did that they were showing it on Tubi, which means a lot of us wouldn't have been able to watch that game, but Fox has changed the schedule, and the game will be on Fox Sports 1.
They're like, whoa. We could get eyeballs on this thing?
It's like the biggest game in the history of American baseball, and it wasn't going to be on TV.
They buried it on Tubi for a reason.
Yeah, but it's coming up at 4 o'clock. Also, a couple of quick scores to update you Aztec fans. Mountain West Tournament is underway. UNLV, the 8 seed, did hang on to beat number 9 seed Wyoming 73-70. UNLV was up 13 at the half. Wyoming came back, made it close. UNLV will now face top seed Utah State in the quarterfinals, but UNLV beat Utah State both meetings this year, so that could be interesting. The Aztecs are the 2 seed. They will play tomorrow at 6 o'clock against the winner of the game later tonight between Fresno State and Colorado State. I fully expect Colorado State to win that game. We will talk about it in the Daily Gambit, which is coming up now.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in the Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody gamble responsibly. Chris, I just saw a tweet that went up on NFL Network screen, and it said the Falcons are going to cut Kirk Cousins and post June 1st designation. He's going to be a Dolphin, isn't he?
Oh, Kirk Cousins?
He's going to be the backup Dolphin.
Oh, I don't think so. I think Quinn Ewers will stay the backup.
Okay. You think he was good enough last year to be the backup?
I think he's good enough to stay the backup. Okay. I did also read, though, don't look now, Falcon fans. Michael Penix, they're saying, is no better than 50-50 because of his injury to be ready opening day.
He did injure, I think, late in the year.
Late-ish. They're saying Tua has a really, they're saying Tua has the inside track to be the Falcons' starting quarterback.
Well, he's got Stefanski, so two-time coach of the year.
Yeah. I love how they say, he had 13 quarterbacks. I'm like, yeah, and he didn't make any of them good.
And guess what? He got rid of a good one in Baker Mayfield.
Right. He had a good one. He didn't do anything with him.
He blamed him for them losing.
Yeah, I think the Falcons, I hate to say it, Adam, but it's going to be a long year.
I think, too, I want him to throw 50 touchdowns this year.
If that happens, I will have to say that would bother me.
Okay.
I got to tell you, if he throws 50 touchdowns,
5,000 yards,
right, and one interception, that's going to bother me.
No fumbles, no head injuries.
Right. Yeah, that's going to bother me for sure.
All right, we got a review. Gonzaga last night in the WCC, I think it was the final.
It was.
-8.5 against Santa Clara. We both chose Santa Clara. Gonzaga won by 11, 79-68.
This is why you don't bet on these things and why we say gamble responsibly. You and I both picked Santa Clara, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it was a 3-point game or a 5-point game the whole game.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you know what happens?
Free throws.
They're fouling because they're trying to get the ball back. Gonzaga just keeps going to the line. And yeah, before you know it, they win by 11 in a game that was much closer.
Yeah.
And you lose the bet.
That is
that happens so often in basketball.
And I don't think it's
irresponsible.
if we're talking about betting responsibly, it's not irresponsible for us to bet Santa Clara. Now, if we put like $10,000 on it, then that would be irresponsible.
If I'm betting your rent money, yeah, that'd be bad.
My rent money? Okay. It's not much. BYU minus 11.5 against Kansas State last night. You went K-State. I went BYU. BYU won by 14, 105-91.
I know they're big Debance. He had 40 points.
Yeah, he was great last night. Virginia Tech minus 1.5 against Wake Forest. You went Virginia Tech. I went Wake Forest. You made me
go Virginia Tech because I made you go Wake Forest.
It's true, and I win the bet. Wake won 95-89, so I'll take it.
In overtime.
I did not see that.
Good game.
The Mountain West Women's Championship last night. Air Force against Colorado State. Colorado State a 10.5-point favorite. Chris went Air Force. I went CSU. Colorado State did win this, and they won by 14. So the magic of Air Force failed.
It ran out of steam. It was a 1-point game going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I did see that. They
had a shot, and Air Force was right there. But all of a sudden, all the shots they were making against us and everybody else just stopped going in. I mean, they really did finally get tired. But give Colorado State credit. Colorado State's best player injured her knee in the semifinal and did not play. So they had to win without her.
Wow.
So Colorado State, congrats to them. I hate to say, but they won the championship this year. Air Force came up short.
I love that. That was so real right there.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Yeah. Begrudgingly.
T-Wolves minus 2.5 over the Lakers last night. We both went T-Wolves.
This is another example of LeBron. The Lakers are better without him.
Lakers win 120-106.
They blew them out. They were they looked great. And I know there's so many people who say, the Lakers are way better with LeBron. Well, whoever says that got more ammunition last night.
Yeah, that's true. Who had more points? Luka Doncic minus 3 or Ant-Man? You went Luka, I went Ant-Man. Luka had 31 minus that 3, 28. Ant-Man only had 14.
And he was 2 for like 17.
Yeah, he was bad. Yeah. He was really bad last night. LeBron, points, rebounds, assists, he didn't play, so it's a DNP.
Right.
Bruins minus 1.5 against the LA Kings. You went Kings, I went Bruins. Bruins did win, but they only won by a goal, 2-1.
All right, so I was 2-5. You were 4-3. Actually, I had you 3-4, but I changed you up.
Okay,
so you have a 2-game lead. We got BYU again, the 10 seed, 3.5 over West Virginia, the 7 seed. Day 2 of the Big 12. Again, I can't pick BYU. It's just not in my DNA to do it. I'm not really a big West Virginia fan either, but I'm going with WVA.
WVA.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
You going to go with the Cougs again?
Yeah, I think the dude, I can't remember his name.
It's a hard name to pronounce. AJ. Yeah, I know who you mean.
But he was incredible last night. I think he'll roll it to tonight. So BYU.
I love this matchup in the ACC tournament. Can you look and see where the ACC tournament is being played, by the way?
I bet you it's like Charlotte or something.
Charlotte, Greensboro, North Carolina, somewhere like that. Because I sure hope the Cal fans had a lot of fun flying out there for tonight's game between Florida State and Cal.
That is hilarious.
In the ACC.
We got it right. Charlotte,
North Carolina. Yeah. This is the dumbest thing in sports is Cal in the ACC. Florida State's favored by 3.5 tonight. 8-9 matchup.
I'm going to go with the team that didn't have to fly 6 hours.
All right.
I'm going to go with Florida State.
Yeah, I have to. I keep railing against Cal, so I have to go Florida State as well. Although Cal didn't have a bad season.
No.
Here's the other game. This is the one the Aztec fans will be watching. Colorado State 6.5 over Fresno State. Colorado State, this is something that should scare you if you're an Aztec fan. They finished the season on fire. I think they won 9 of their last 10 or something like that. They blew out the Aztecs in that span. But here's the other thing. Colorado State is top 10 in the nation, 39% from 3.
Wow.
The leader in the nation is St. Louis, and they're 40%.
The Billikens.
So the Billikens are 40%. Colorado State's 39%. That's a scary thing. I don't like playing teams that can potentially shoot that well from 3.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome.
And I'm going to take Colorado State tonight because I think they will beat Fresno and face the Aztecs. 6.5 points is the spread.
I guess Colorado State lost to Boise State at the end of the year.
Right. They lost right at the end. But look before that. They won quite a few.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. All right. I'm going to go I'm going to go with my former school, CSU.
CSU. All right. The game that you'll hear right here on 97.3 The Fan tonight, because I know
starting
all of
at
you
5:52 p.m.
Starting at 5:52. Skraby and I will be out the door at 5:46. The 5th seed, Tritons of UCSD, take on the 8th seed, Cal Poly. 5.5-point favorite are the Tritones. Tritons were doing a lot better at the beginning of the season, it seems to me.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
It seemed like, I don't want to say they faded or anything, but it seemed like they were off to a much better start than they ended up, finishing up 5th in the conference. So, but you're up.
Oh, I'm up.
5.5 points against the Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Why am I forgetting their name? Makes me mad anytime I forget the nickname of a team.
Is it Mustangs?
I think so.
I'm not sure about that, honestly.
Cal Poly Pomona might be the Mustangs.
I'm looking at Cal Poly to see what they've had going on lately. They lost to UCSD recently. I'm going to go UCSD. This is an easy one.
Cal Poly Pomona, or Cal Poly's San Luis Obispo finished 8th in the conference, so I just don't see much. They are the Mustangs. Did you say that?
I did.
Okay.
Do you know John Madden went there?
Maybe. I don't remember if I know that. I've been there before, so I don't remember if I saw that. I'm going to go UCSD as well. I'm going to go for the hometown squad. UCSD 22-10 overall. Not a bad record.
Yeah, still good season.
Clippers 1.5 over the T-Wolves. We saw what the T-Wolves did last night. Clippers have been playing great ever since they traded James Harden. But Cleveland has also been playing great since they got James Harden.
So everybody wins.
So everybody's been winning that. Minnesota looked, overmatched last night. Am I going to pick against them 2 nights in a row? Take Minnesota. Bounce back. It's at the Clippers, of course.
Yeah, I would like to say that it's Minnesota, but I'm going to go Clippers.
Clippers. Kawhi versus Ant-Man. Dead even points. Who you got?
Not going with Ant-Man again. I'm going with Kawhi.
Well, Ant-Man's going to not have 2. That's the very definition of a star, man. They have a terrible game. They come right back.
Score 50.
I'm going to go Ant-Man. And then the biggest game on the board tonight in all of sports, Mexico, 1.5 runs over Italy.
Who's pitching for Italy?
It doesn't matter. Mexico's got a great squad. No, I think Aaron Nola's pitching.
That's the arrogance of the Mexican team right
of
there.
The U.S. team. Aaron Nola, I think, is pitching for Italy.
You're right. He is a guy who was born in Louisiana.
Yeah, somehow he's pitching for Italy. I don't know quite how.
You want to know what also is egregious about their loss last night? They couldn't get a hit off of Michael Lorenzen,
who's with the Rockies now.
Like, come on.
5 innings of shut-down baseball.
From Michael Lorenzen.
No kidding, man.
You got Kyle Schwarber, Bobby Witt Jr., Aaron Judge, and none of them made contact well enough to get a hit.
I'll take Mexico tonight.
I'll take Mexico.
Make life miserable for the Americans. Make them sweat it out.
I'll go Mexico. No, you know what? No, I'm not doing it. I'm going to Italy.
You're taking Italy to win, and that would get the Americans in.
That's what I want.
Viva
Sorry, Team Mexico.
Mexico. All our friends south of the border.
And McKee says she's a proud Cal Poly alum. We don't recognize Pomona.
Yeah, they don't.
Didn't know there was a beef.
What's her name?
M. McKee.
M. McKee. I want to say this, one thing. Ben Higgins from Cal Poly Pomona.
It was Pomona?
Yeah.
Oh, so you are at odds with Ben Higgins.
Just so you know out there, M. McKee. Yeah, that's Ben's deal. All right, we'll get a break. More Gwynn and Chris. Skraby's got a couple of things. But I'm not done with Bam Adebayo yet either. So we'll see where we go when Gwynn and Chris continues. Coming up in this hour, a sports court. So stick around. From the gondola.
What are we doing, guys?
6:20 is the time. We got a sports court coming up at the bottom of the hour. Don't go anywhere. Tony's idle today, as are the Padres. We are getting off the program about 10 minutes early today for UCSD basketball tonight against who is that? M.
McKee.
M. McKee's Cal Poly
Slow, yes.
Mustangs.
Yeah.
All right. That's coming up later tonight. Aztecs get their tournament going tomorrow. They'll find out their opponent at 6 o'clock tonight. Fresno State plays Colorado State. You want to get into this golf thing, Skraby?
We can do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it a little later. But the PGA Tour made some changes.
Well, they're
on the verge of.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that. So you golf folks, hang in there. But just a little bit more on Bam Adebayo. And I want you to look for some of this, Skraby, because the criticism has been a little loud from what I've seen. And everything is like, well, they were passing the ball. See, at the end of the game, the Wizards almost started fouling other players intentionally so they would have to score. Like the Wizards did not want him to get this. The Heat then started fouling the Wizards so that the game would go longer. So it did become a bit of a kind of a comedy at the end. But none of that is Bam Adebayo's fault. And look, Eric Spoelstra kept him in. Why? They were up by 20 points. But he wanted to see a chance at history. I don't have a problem with leaving a guy in when something like that is possible. As a matter of fact, I think it'd be bad to take him out. So that's part of the criticism. The other part is that he didn't shoot 50% and that the referees gave him 43 free throw attempts, which borders on ludicrous.
People need to calm down and chill out a little bit.
Don't you think?
I think so. But I remembered this, and I was waiting to bring this up until we came back to it.
Okay.
What is the difference between Bam Adebayo staying in the game and Mike Evans going back in the game to get his 1,000 yards?
Right. A lot of people were critical of that.
You were critical of that.
I was.
And what's the difference? To me, there is no difference.
Yeah. And I was critical of LeBron staying in the game a couple of weeks ago to get his 10th rebound so that he could be the highest, oldest guy so, I'm being hypocritical.
I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying, like, why, Bam? Why are you?
I don't know why. I think 83 points is just a really cool achievement.
Cool. I agree.
I think being the oldest guy to get a triple-double should be a little bit more organic. Whereas this has to be somewhat manufactured. There's no other way. And let's take a look at the other games. All right, let's compare. Bam Adebayo last night took 43 shots from the floor. When Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points, he took 63 shots from the field.
Well, there was no three-point line back then.
There was no three-point line. He made 36 field goals, which is 72 points, and then he had 28 free throws out of 32,
that's crazy. Which
was great for Wilt because Wilt was a notoriously bad free thrower, but that night he obviously wasn't. So obviously the Philadelphia team was trying to get him the ball.
Yep.
He's trying to get 100 points. They knew it. They were feeding it to him every time. When Kobe Bryant scored his 81 points, he took 46 shots, which is 3 more than Bam took. Kobe was only 18 of 20 at the line. But here's the thing with Kobe. That game was actually semi-competitive.
It was.
Toronto only ended up losing by 18 points that night. However, the Lakers only scored 122 points in that game. Kobe scored 81 of them. Seems to me that they pretty much threw the entire game plan out the window and just gave Kobe the ball every single time.
Yeah.
So we will revel forever in Wilt's achievement. We've always reveled in Kobe's. And I just think that people are being way too harsh on Bam Adebayo. This is an incredible thing to me. Of course, it took some shenanigans in a way to get there, but I don't know how else you can get 83 points unless people are giving you the ball.
Isn't that a strategy? You ride the hot hand? Seems like he had the hot hand.
I mean, Michael Jordan never got within 20 points of this.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy to me. 43 free throws. Now, the Washington Wizards coach didn't sound great after the game. He said, yeah, the refereeing was pretty terrible, and I'll leave it at that. All right, dude. So, he's blaming the refs. I don't know. Stop fouling. Get out of his way, or at least cover the guy, without reaching in, whatever you got to do.
I'm convinced, Chris, and this is I've becoming more and more convinced of this because of social media. The opinions of the people who aren't really educated on how the sport works and things, the new fans into a sport, end up becoming the most popular.
But the critics I saw on this were ex-NBA players.
Well,
people
then they're
like
just
that.
Jealous.
I agree.
Because if that's crazy.
One of the
they
guys
know how
I
hard it
saw,
is to score.
I think it was Robert Ory or somebody of that ilk that said a lot of this stuff. And
Big
I'm like,
shot Bob.
Yeah, come on, man. The guy got 83. Give him his props. Jordan, I'm sorry. How many who do you want to say? Luka shoots 60. Luka would shoot 60 times a game if he could.
This is not Bam Adebayo's fault. And I think we need to stop questioning as a society. Every time someone does something, we need to stop being like, well, he didn't do it because of this. He didn't do it because of that. Well,
or he only did it because of this, that, and the other. It was somehow manufactured. I got to tell you that Wilt's 100-point game, although there's no Twitter accounts of it.
Oh, that's what Cole just said. Where's the video?
Yeah, but we know for that it had to be somewhat manufactured. He took 63 shots.
Yeah.
What were they? And he's the center. He didn't dribble the ball up the court. They had to pass it to him.
Now, how much was it?
And they did.
How much was it because Wilt was like at least 5 inches taller than everyone else?
Some of it is that, but Wilt also never scored 100 again. I mean, he did score 75 other times. There's one other thing about Wilt's game that I always found crazy. Bam Adebayo had 83 points last night, 9 rebounds. Wilt had 100 points, 25 rebounds.
That is a lot.
Which is absurd.
I wonder how many offensive rebounds.
I don't know. And Bam Adebayo, to his credit last night, still found time for 3 assists. So,
good for him.
He got a couple assists.
Good for him. He's giving back to his teammates.
Let's celebrate something crazy great that happened. I agree with you, Skrabe. Even though I seem a little hypocritical because and I'll admit it, on this one, I was just kind of all for it. So, what the hell? I think it's great.
I definitely have been someone in the past as well who has jumped on something and been angry about it, but I am trying to check myself because 83 points is 83 points in an NBA game.
He did it.
It's like someone saying that, that guy shot 59 on the PGA Tour, but it was the easiest pin placements on the course.
Easy, right. There was no wind.
Yeah.
It was just
It was a perfect day.
Yeah.
Easiest pin placements.
Right. But you know what? I'm sure Jack Nicklaus played a few rounds under those conditions, and he didn't shoot 59. You're right, Skraby. People try to pick it apart.
Just let the people have it.
It is crazy that it's Bam Adebayo, though, as we said earlier.
See, that is the wildest part. Maybe it's because they have no idea who he is.
Somebody wrote last night correctly that if you put all your buddies in a pool at the beginning of the season and you were going to bet on who scored 60 points first in the NBA, and you drafted all day long, nobody would have ever drafted Bam Adebayo. He wouldn't even have been drafted.
No way.
Nobody would have ever picked him as the possible guy to do that.
Yeah, no way.
His average career points per game is better than I thought. I said 12, 14 earlier. 16.1, averaging 20 this season. 83 is 83. So give it to him. Give him his props. I think he deserves it. More Gwynn and Chris, and we'll go into a sports court. Try to solve the rest of the world's problems next. Gwynn and Chris.
From the first.
There's Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well, so. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You've hit some
10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off the birdie, and I just hit my 8 minutes. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Squirrely! Ah. We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble. And Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says I can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You've hit some.
We are just leaving 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off the birdie, and I just hit my 8 minutes. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Squirrely! Ah. We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble. And Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says I can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice.
Anymore, but you'll have to imagine it.
Oh
It
yeah,
is,
that was taken away in the great clean out of 2025.
Yes, it is Lord Elo. And what would you be?
Do not go where I think you're going.
I don't know what's next. If I'm a lord, what are you?
A lady?
Oh, no, you're not a lady. I wasn't going to go there.
A jester?
I was trying to, jester.
I don't want to be a jester. I want to be a knight.
You're a court jester, but you don't have the right hair for a court jester.
I want to be a knight.
Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 3:36 is the time. Before we get any further, I have to throw a score at you. This is unbelievable. Nevada is playing Air Force in the Mountain West tournament right now. Earlier, UNLV beat Wyoming for you Aztec fans that are following the tournament results. Nevada's the 5 seed. Air Force went 0-20 this year in the conference. The coach was let go. Remember that whole controversy?
Oh, yeah.
It was a complete disaster. And we talked about why Air Force is so bad. They don't have any NIL. They can't give the kids any money. They can't do anything. They can't get transfers. I mean, basically because of the way the Air Force does things, which I respect wholeheartedly, but they should just not be in Division I men's basketball any longer. Anyway, they went 0-20. They're playing Nevada right now. It is Nevada 39, Air Force 6 in the first half. I've never even heard of a score like that.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
39-6 in the first half. Kind of like Steve Alford's chances to win this game. All right, let's get to some traffic and then
never mind.
What?
Kind of like Steve Alford's chances.
This would be a comeback of epic proportions, would it not?
It would.
All right, here we go. Sports Court.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Creative Repipe. Couple problems here. One of them is a tire reported in the HOV lane, South 5 Coastline at La Costa. Also a collision on eastbound 56 just before Carmel Valley Road. It's over to the right shoulder. Don't wait until that water leak in your home becomes a flood. Call Creative Repipe for whole house repipes. Get a 20% discount plus a lifetime warranty. Free estimates with financing available. Visit creativerepipe.com. That's creativerepipe.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Do you have a sports issue, San Diego? Do you need a third party to make a decision? The guys have put on their robes and picked up their gavels.
All rise. Here comes the judge.
Gwynn and Chris Sports Court starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. I actually received one today. So if you would like to get your sports court or some advice that you need from us, please email me, Matt.
Or a squabble settled.
Squabble. Matt.Skraby@odyssey.com. That's the best place to go. SKRAB as in boy, Y. We have a few. It's not really a sports court or sports court today, but it is court.
Okay.
So if you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. Do we want my sports court, my personal? I need a ruling from you, Chris, and I will accept this ruling as truth and fact.
You have one that applies to you?
Yes, we've talked about it in the past, but it's been a while.
All right, let's bring it up.
Okay, so when I walk Lucky and sometimes the other dogs, I have 3 dogs at some points.
Your parents have 2, you have Lucky.
I have Lucky.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm walking 3 dogs.
Okay.
When I'm on the sidewalk and someone is walking on the right side or on the same side of the sidewalk, but they only have 1 dog and they're coming at me.
Yeah.
Who has the right of way? And keep in mind, I am walking the correct way down the street. They're walking the opposite direction.
Doesn't even really matter. To me, if you have 3 dogs and they have 1, it's much easier for them to move aside for you, seems to me.
So your ruling is that it's their responsibility to move out of the way.
Unless their dog is somehow bigger and meaner than Lucky.
Their dog is a small dog.
Then they should move.
It's like a pug, I think.
Yeah, they should move.
But they don't. And
is it the same person you run into often?
Yes, I'm starting to get really angry.
Has Lucky gone after the pug?
No. Lucky wants to play. That's what he wants to do.
So what's the problem?
The problem is
your leashes get intertwined or something?
Sometimes, and sometimes that little pug is annoying and starts barking at everybody.
Yeah.
But every single time I see this person coming down the street, I'm like, you know what? I'm not moving today because I started moving and then it got crazy because the dogs get all entangled in their leashes. But this person will just play chicken with me. And so the other day we played chicken. We both walked by on the sidewalk, like having to it was comical.
Did you
having to move out of the way.
Have you ever played chicken so much that you actually ran into the other person?
That's what it had. We
were actually bumped into the person.
Well, we were trying to get around each other on the side. I think that person is doing the same exact thing I'm doing. Like he has to move because he has all the dogs.
He probably is in a sports court right now.
It's a woman,
or she's probably in a sports court right now, and the judge is telling her, "Do not move. You have the right of way. You're the woman." They're probably ruling the opposite.
Dominic says 3-dog right of way.
Yeah, I think this is an easy one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just easier for her to slide over a little bit. Seems to me. I'm not trying to be sexist here.
No, it's about
saying,
the 1 dog versus 3 dogs. That's all it's about.
That's what I agree. I agree with you on this one, Skrabe.
Yeah.
You know what that story reminds me of?
She mean mugs me all the time, too. She's not a nice person.
Reminds me of one of my favorite jokes from Jerry Seinfeld. He told it when he was really, really young, way before even Seinfeld's show came around. He talked about the fact that parrots fly around, and oftentimes when you have a parrot inside, it'll fly directly into a mirror and smash.
Yes.
And Jerry Seinfeld's thought was, I get the fact that you didn't see the mirror, but what about the bird coming the other way?
That's true. That's true.
Similar to what you just...
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you should see the parrot coming the other way because you're... Anyway, you get the joke.
I get it. I wonder if
get the joke.
That's very interesting, actually.
I
wonder why they don't see
Don't
it.
they see the other parrot in the mirror?
That's a great one.
Thank you, Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, go ahead.
All right, we're going to go to the next one.
If you don't like that joke, blame Jerry Seinfeld, by the way. I didn't come up with it.
It's interesting. I've never thought about it like that. But it's like me walking into a mirror and walking into it and not realizing I'm about to walk into myself.
Yeah. You'd see yourself there.
Also,
so even if you don't see the mirror, you would at least stop because you're about to bump into you.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This one is a gym question.
JYM?
Yes. The gym I go to doesn't have a lot of treadmills, and I've recently started running. I went to the gym with my partner last night, and all the treadmills were in use. I used some weight machines to start, then went back to the treadmills. I noticed there was a girl that just sat on the treadmill while her friend was using the treadmill next to her. She'd been there for at least 15 minutes not using it, so I went up, asked if she was planning to use it. She said she was with her friend, but I just said her friend can move to the other machine or to the other side instead of taking up 2 machines.
Right.
A woman comes over and asks what's happening, so I explain it. She said she's the girl's mother and that I shouldn't be telling her daughter to move. I just said her daughter shouldn't be taking up machines she has no intention of using. She said her daughter has the right to sit there if she wants to, and she's doing nothing wrong. So I said, hey, I can see where your daughter gets her entitlement from. That's the mistake.
I don't think so. I would have said something worse.
A member of the staff came over, and when I explained what was going on, they asked the daughter to move off the treadmill or leave the gym. My girlfriend said maybe I shouldn't have argued with the mother, but I don't see how I've done anything wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. They asked him to leave the gym.
He had to leave the gym?
They're asking him to go somewhere else or leave the gym.
What? Am I not hearing this right?
No,
There's a lady using a treadmill.
Yes.
Her daughter is just sitting on a treadmill, not doing anything. And the guy wants to work out, and they're telling him to leave the gym, that it's okay to stand on a vacant treadmill and just take up the space.
Yes. Now, that's not the question. The question from this person, because we both don't think, I'm sure, he should have been ejected from the gym. The question is, am I a jerk asking a girl to get off the treadmill in the gym, then arguing with her mother and saying that's where she gets her entitlement from?
Yes, but I'm glad you did it because I'm really tired of people. We already went over entitlement, Mark DeRosa, earlier in the show. How do you have the entitlement to take up a whole nother treadmill with your daughter standing there while somebody's waiting to try and actually work out?
Yeah,
I don't understand this. And I don't understand the manager of the, whether it's 24-hour fit, whatever it is, coming over and asking me to leave. I might turn in my resignation and go to another gym. I'd be that pissed.
So I just went back to the post, and there was another line of information that was added.
Okay.
And it was that the girlfriend said he got kicked out because he raised his voice.
I would raise my voice there. I'd be so mad that I wouldn't be able to help it. You know that my biggest pet peeve of all is People, entitlement, but another way of looking at that, people who just think they're the only people there. There's no one else who might need to use the machine. So, yeah, my daughter going to sit there, and too bad if you don't like it. I am so tired of people like that. I am beyond tired of people like that.
So your answer, though, is that he is a jerk.
He's a jerk, but I'd do the same thing.
If he left out I can see where your entitlement comes from, I don't think he would have been a jerk. But
it's a great line, though.
It is a great line. It is a fantastic line. And
I think it needed to be said. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it, too, because I haven't paid for a gym membership in a long time, but when I did, this would happen all the time. People would sit on the machines. You would ask them to move. They would give you a bad look.
I will give you the old, if I worked out and I did an hour on the treadmill and then or the bike or something, I was just hunched over and catching my breath, then I got 5-10 minutes.
No, this was 15 minutes.
Right. No, this is a blowout. I would go to another gym. I would tell them that I am so mad that I was asked to leave, that I am ending my relationship with this gym. That's how mad I would be, even if I was in the wrong for yelling at her.
Okay. I can get with that.
Okay.
I can get with that because I think the mom's the whole problem here.
Of course she is.
She's the one who created this person.
Can't stand you, Mom, in this situation.
You could totally see her mom just coming to her aid all the time and saw her daughter getting talked to by a guy and then came over and had to be
How did you not know that what you're doing is inconsiderate to other people? How dumb are you?
Some people don't think about that, Chris. Honestly.
Well, I'm going to keep saying it until more people do think about it.
All right.
It's the biggest thing out there that bugs the you-know-what out of me.
The bejesus.
The bejesus.
All right. This one is one I actually received an email, and it was a little bit ago, so it's not like a pressing matter, but they were on a 3-month work trip to the Netherlands, and they worked in a small office with about 8 people.
They're in the Netherlands.
Yes. They shared a communal fridge. And during the first 2 months of their trip, the lunch, or basically the whole 3 months, their lunch was stolen a few times. And it wasn't like just random snacks, but the entire lunch was stolen. And so this person said, I didn't have time to cook, so I would go to restaurants. Cooking our own meals was difficult, so I put stuff in the refrigerator, and it has always been stolen without a trace. It's not just frustrating, it's expensive, and this messes up my day every time. I mentioned this a couple of times during the conference meeting that someone has been taking my lunch, and everyone either ignored it, or took no responsibility, or admitted it. I really wanted this to stop, so I bought myself a mini fridge. Put it on a desk near me, a free desk near me, nothing fancy, just enough to hold my meal and a drink. I also put a lock on it. People are asking me now, can they use my mini fridge since it's closer than the communal fridge?
They want a lock. Oh,
she has a lock on it. Anyway, is this person a jerk?
Because what was the whole Netherlands part of it for?
That's where they're working. They just said they were working in the Netherlands and they had to go for 3 months.
Yeah, that threw me off.
Okay, well, basically, they bought their own fridge because
their own fridge
their food
at an
was
office
being
because they were tired of their food being stolen. Now
set it up, and now everybody wants to use it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first. You tell them. You know what you do? You go out and you get a second lock and you put that lock on there, and maybe even a third lock, because if someone is stealing your food and no one will admit it, this is well within your right to do. You are able to have your own fridge. Now, if it's on someone's desk and someone needs that desk, you got to move the fridge.
Well, the question is, should this person share their private fridge with other people?
Answer is no. This is your fridge, and the reason you have been pushed to this point is because your lunch was stolen, and when you tried to handle the situation, no one cared.
Wow. Yeah, that's really on the people even asking you. That's what, they're putting you in a tough spot.
That's a terrible position to be in.
It's my own fridge. I'm paying, it's my thing. I got a lock on it. No, you can't use it. I have to be hardcore here. And the reason I have to be hardcore is because when I've had a community fridge, my food gets stolen all the time.
Yeah.
Sorry. Throw a bunch of sorries in there, but tell people you just can't share it because you're tired of losing your lunch.
I know it's hard because
what happened? I lost my lunch.
And they said it ruined their day. That would ruin my day too. I remember when
I agree. When you're at work for 8 hours, now you got 4 more hours till you eat. Sure,
so
it does.
It reminds me of the time that I went to the fridge in here.
Hurry up because I'm getting hungry. I'm going to run to the fridge and make sure my lunch is still here.
I went to the fridge here. Someone had stolen my little snack pack, and I don't know who it was.
Delicious.
I still don't know. I knew it was you.
I knew it was me.
I knew it was you. Apparently, people think this person's a jerk. So.
Rod Dedrick. Told you the Rod Dedrick story.
What's that?
I know I did.
Rod Dedrick.
Rod Dedrick was in our fraternity, kept eating everybody's food.
Yes.
What did we do? We made dog food burritos.
Yep. And you
dressed them up with lettuce and cheese.
Oh, my goodness. And
put them right in the middle of the fridge.
Oh.
Heck yeah. That may stop people.
Someone said blame Braden for eating my snacks. All right, last one. Yesterday at around 7 p.m., I got a text message from a friend asking how I'm doing. I was busy, put the phone down, didn't really care to text back, so I messaged them today at 2 p.m. Now that friend is mad because they said I read it and I didn't reply.
Oh.
I definitely had the time to answer, but hey, I just didn't want to. The question is, how much time, grace period, do you get for returning a text message saying how you doing?
Yeah. Okay. I think the next day is, in this day and age, is legit unless it is something that is timely.
Yeah.
As in, you tell me, hey, what time are you going to be at work today? Or so we can record something.
No, this is like a how are you doing?
I can't tell you the answer the next day.
Yeah.
If somebody's asking how you're doing, I would love it if you could take a second and at least click on it and put a thumbs up so that they know you got it. Because it does get frustrating when you're waiting for somebody to text you back.
Yeah.
But I think the next day in this day and age is acceptable. I'm not going to rule against the person here.
All right.
You think it's got to be, I mean, and what's the cutoff? I mean, if it's 10 o'clock at night, do you have till
that's
11 at night? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give you till the next day.
See, an expectation on a text back isn't a thing.
I also don't think you should ever send a text with expectations. Send a text because you want to tell somebody something and you want to say hello. If they don't say hello back, you take it under advisement from there.
Now, I am someone who sometimes forgets to respond. Sometimes it takes me a couple days to get back to you. It's not on purpose. On the weekends, I kind of just ditch my phone a little bit. On Sundays, I haven't been using my phone.
It does happen. I caught on. You know what happens to me, Skrabe?
What?
I will be typing a text return to somebody.
And you forget.
And then I won't hit send because something else on my phone happens.
Yep, I get it.
And then I go through the whole rest of the day thinking I sent it, right? And then I return to that conversation.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I never sent that. Thank you.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
And sometimes that can be 2 days later because you think you've done it.
There's been times where I've needed to deliver some show information to you guys, and I type it out, but I never give them
the benefit on the doubt. Yeah, if you send a text, look, texting world is really convenient. I get it.
It's also
but it's got a lot of issues that go along with it, not the least of which are people take things the wrong way in texting. You have to really be tricky sometimes to get across what you want to get across.
Tone, there's no such thing as tone in text.
It's hard to do, but sometimes you want tone in your text.
Well, then that's when you say, hey, I've actually said this before. I'm saying this a little bit, seriously.
Don't you just capitalize all the letters?
Well, that means you're yelling.
Hurry up
I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell.
You don't yell.
I do think if you have the text and you just don't want to do it because you don't like the person, you probably shouldn't be friends with this person. Anyway, there you go.
I'll tell you, I'm not the only one to say this, but how many times has texting saved you from having to speak to somebody you just didn't want to?
All the time.
All the time.
All the
And guess
time.
what? The same goes the other way in your direction.
That's true.
People don't want to talk to you either.
Yeah. That's
So
fine
they
with
send
me.
a text.
Stay away. Chris vs. the Fans next.
Gwynn and Chris, we're having a good time today. Skraby and I. Tony's not in. Padres were idle today. We did have Sam Dykstra on from MILB.com. If you are a Padre fan and missed that interview, not because of the questions, but because of the information provided, I suggest you go back and you listen to it at 97.3thefan.com. It took place at about 2:40 this afternoon.
That's correct.
It was good. He had a lot of insight on some of the young Padre players and the potential future of Ethan Salas, etc., Luis Camposano, all those guys. So I know you Padre fans like to keep up with that. We're going to do Chris versus the fans, though, right now, 833-288-0973. If you want to play ball, give us a call. There are a couple of lines open. We have had a lot of first-time callers lately, and many of them have been winning lately. I have not really been – I don't really keep my stats, but it hasn't been a good run for me recently.
Yeah.
Which means you can win out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I missed the questions.
Yep.
And if you win, you'll qualify for our grand prize, 2-night stay at Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, and a $150 resort credit. March is here. Okay. And the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas is the place to catch every game. High-energy watch parties with expansive screens, great food and drinks, exclusive room rates, plus the pools and the day club are open. Book your stay today. FontainebleauLasVegas.com. I wanted to say hi to Alex out there. He is he was the team doctor that was with us on the trip to Las Vegas for the tournament, the women's basketball team. We don't have a team doctor travel throughout the season. We have the athletic trainer, who's incredible, by the way, Queenie Soriano. She's the best athletic trainer I've ever seen. But they send a doctor when they get to this part of the season. Alex is a good guy. He listens to the show. And so we were chatting, and I think he was trying to kind of schmooze me a little bit, Scrape, thinking that I would give him some insight that I don't normally share.
About what?
He goes, come on, man. Chris versus the fans. Do you really know all that stuff? And I think he was hoping that I was going to say, yeah, you're right. I look a lot of it up.
That's true.
But I'm not going to say that because I don't look it up, Alex. Nice try. Nice try, though.
I like how he tried to.
He was trying to kind of schmooze it. Yeah, trying to get me to admit it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to admit that because I don't do it. I don't know how I know all this stuff. I just do. Let's play Chris versus the fans.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, I gave the prize before Skraby gives you the rules. 49ers just traded for somebody whose name I cannot pronounce.
Me neither.
Okay, so you saw it?
Zua or something?
I don't know. Okay, so you saw it.
Yeah, it just came down on my phone.
All
I
right.
like it. It's a nice trade.
How do you know? You know who the hell this is?
Because when I clicked on it and I read it, it said one of the most, one of the most consistent players in the defensive line in football.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll get into that a little later.
Because you look at their you look at the defensive lineman stats, and you're like, 28 tackles and 3 sacks.
It doesn't give you much.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, all right, 49ers trade. We'll talk about that. It was with Dallas, so I know a lot of Dallas fans out there.
Dallas has been
But also, coming up in the next segment, after Chris versus the fans, we have something for all you dog owners.
Oh, yeah.
That you are not going to believe. If you own a dog, you have to know about this. And I'm assuming that most of you don't.
This is what I need to use every time.
I'm assuming most people do not know about this.
I had no idea until today.
Right. Me neither. So if you're a dog owner, you cannot miss the next segment. But first,
the rules.
Give the rules.
You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free today.
Very good.
Let's go to, you know what? We're going to have to, they have been very good. Brandon is back.
I like Brandon.
Hello, Brandon.
How you doing, guys?
Very good, sir.
Pretty good. All right, Brandon, here we go. Question number 1.
Where's Brandon from? You didn't give him a hometown.
It says El Cajon, but I don't know. I don't give anybody a
Say
hometown.
El Cajon. Give him a little credit.
Are you in El Cajon right now, Brandon?
I am in El Cajon right now.
See
Okay,
that?
so Brandon from El Cajon joins us.
Darn right.
All right, here's the first one. Which pitcher, how do I ask this because it was one for last week. Which Padres pitcher made a spring debut on last Friday?
Was that Walker Buehler?
Yes.
Brandon had no trouble with it.
No, I wrote that last week. So
You
that
could have
was
just
a bad
said which
question.
Padre pitcher pitched yesterday. It would have been the same question. Could have tried.
You know
that.
what? Next time I will, Chris.
Yeah, just say,
Next
you know,
time I
it would have made
will.
perfect sense. It was a 1-point question anyway.
Yeah, it was. Let's go with this one. Which Padres pitcher is the only to have pitched in 3 separate World Series?
Padres have only been to 2.
No, I'm not saying they were on the Padres. I'm just saying.
But somebody who once pitched
is
for
on the
Padres
roster now.
Oh, somebody on the roster now.
Yes, someone on the
all
roster
right.
now.
See, and that helped you out, Brandon, because I thought it was just like in the history of the Padres. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to?
No. On the roster
Okay,
now.
so you were looking for a Padre pitcher who's on the roster now,
who's pitched in 3 World Series.
who's already pitched in 3 World Series.
Correct.
I don't think Darvish made it to the Rangers' first couple. I know he was with the Dodgers in 17. Musgrove only got there.
Yeah, he's
with the
thinking it
Astros
through
once,
here.
I think.
Who you want to go with? You want to go with Darvish?
Would you go with a trick question, Skraby? And give
Skraby
Walker
I don't
would.
think it's a trick
twice?
question.
Skraby is a trick question waiting to happen.
Let's try Walker Buehler again. Let's try it again.
It was Walker Buehler. He's the only guy who's pitched in 3 World Series.
Very good.
Pitched in 18, pitched in 20, and then 24.
So Walker Buehler, both answers.
I feel like that was that a trick?
No.
Okay,
Trick
good.
question. He's
All
on
right.
the Padres. He's pitched in 3 World Series. Now, the only issue I have with that is did you look at every other pitcher's entire repertoire to make sure that no one else has done it?
Within the Padres roster now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you
yes.
look up like Wandy Peralta? How many World Series?
Well, the Yankees didn't go to 3 World Series while he pitched with them. Joe has only pitched in 1 with the Houston Astros, and then you got Darvish pitching 1 with the Dodgers.
I'm sure you're right.
Pretty sure David Morgan hasn't pitched in a World Series. Mason Miller.
All right, off you go. Next question. If you can make the answer Walker Buehler, that would really be
It's
cool.
not.
Oh, it's not.
I'll tell you that. We're done with the Walker Buehler
Those are it for
questions.
Walker Buehler. What pitchers went to Vanderbilt whose initials are WB for the game?
I didn't know he went to Vanderbilt.
He did, yeah.
I would have been like, Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
All right. In 2016, Brandon, what player became the first from San Diego to be taken first overall in the MLB draft since Adrian Gonzalez in 2000? Again, in 2016, what player became the first from San Diego to be taken first overall in the MLB draft since Adrian Gonzalez in 2000? Adrian Gonzalez went to Eastlake.
I know he did. He's thinking. 2016.
I'm going to pass.
He's going to pass.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty smart because I hate the draft.
Yes, you do.
And I don't know anything about the draft.
That was for Brandon.
That's for Brandon. But I think I know this one, unfortunately.
Really?
Because it's kind of notorious.
Notorious?
Well, maybe it's not.
Notorious?
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm. Could you be wrong on this? Potentially?
No.
Because you're saying the first Padre, our first number 1 overall pick who's from San Diego.
Born and bred San Diego.
Matt Bush. Yeah. But Matt
Is he
Bush
from
was
San
the number
Diego?
1 overall pick. Yeah, he went to Mission Bay High School.
All right, I think you got it right then.
So that's why.
Well, actually, no, because I said in 2016.
I know you did, but you also said he was the first chosen
That
since
is
Adrian
true.
Gonzalez. You threw me off. Anyway, what's your answer?
The answer is Mickey Moniak.
Mickey Moniak. Very good.
I
I'd only thought of Matt Bush. I know he was pretty sure he was the number 1 overall pick, and it was the year that Verlander went behind him. And
no, I knew that
that's
he
why
was
it's pretty notorious.
I knew that he was the first overall pick. I just honestly
he went to Mission
did
Bay
not
High School. I
think
know he
about
did.
him.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we just do it? Do you have another 3? Is that fair?
I do have another.
I like
3.
Brandon, but I don't think he should win on that because I think
When was he selected first overall?
maybe he was before Adrian Gonzalez.
No, because he was in 2000. Anyway, I botched that question.
All right, do another one.
Brandon,
you're still in the hunt. He's still there. He knows the game. He knows you're capable of screwing up.
I should have said who was the last player to be picked first overall from San Diego.
And you know what? I would have said Matt Bush, and I would have lost because I forgot about your guy,
dumb.
Mickey Moniak.
That was dumb. By the way, I asked AI one day, who are famous people from La Costa Canyon High School? And
Did you
I
come
was
up?
nowhere to be found. So
Matt Bush, 2004.
You just took yourself off the camera. All right. Here we go, Brandon. Another question, number 3.
Clicked the wrong thing. Go ahead, Brandon. For the title again.
What team? I know this is real. What team won the first ever World Baseball Classic?
That's a good, fair question.
Japan.
Japan is correct.
Wow, he nailed it. All
So
right,
he would've
Brandon,
got
you
it
are
anyway.
a winner, deservedly so. Stick around.
Yep.
You'll have a shot to go to the Fontainebleau.
Dang it. I really thought that Mickey Moniak question was a good one.
It was a good one. You just didn't word it right. You didn't word it
botched
right.
it.
You didn't word it right.
I botched it.
All right, get me back on the camera. I think I'm back. I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
It's still having issues.
Yeah, I'm there.
I don't see you, though.
Oh, I'm buffering.
By the way, if you want to watch us, you can. Just go to YouTube, search 97.3 The Fan, or search Gwynn and Chris.
I have a question for you. We got to go to break, but and don't go anywhere. If you own a dog,
yes,
you can't miss the next segment. So I'm just telling you in advance. But real quick, if you're watching, I get this a lot because I watch games on the bus. I watch games in the airport. I got on my phone. I'm traveling. I'm watching games. If you're watching a game, any game on your phone, and it stops, it freezes, what is your course of action? Like if it stops for 2 seconds, I'm good because I can wait. But if it stops and it's obviously stopped for whatever reason might be, what is your course of action as a viewer?
When it stops, I wait.
It freezes.
I wait like 10, 15 seconds.
Okay.
And if not, then I just close the app and reopen it.
Close and reopen. Okay.
Like
you go to the whole
I quit
close
the
and
app.
reopen. I give it the old hit the play button like 30 times.
Oh, I thought you said hit the phone.
No, I just keep pushing the play button.
No, that's worse.
And
that's
then
worse.
I try the back.
I think you're confusing
rewind
it.
and then forward and then hit it again.
No, you're confusing it.
And then
point.
I flip the phone on its side and then I flip it back.
You're confusing the phone.
All right. So if it's a freeze out, you just
also look at your service or your Wi-Fi. Make sure it's not too bad because then maybe you can move into an area with better Wi-Fi. But I know what you're saying because sometimes I'll pull out my phone and watch and it will be choppy, and then I'll close it and open it back up and
try it again. There's nothing quite like 4th and goal. The ball's in the air and the thing freezes on that.
You're like,
yeah, what happened?
Rico has a nice idea actually. Try to refresh the stream by pulling the screen down. I don't know.
Interesting.
Because
so you take you mean like this, the finger down?
Yeah, and you pull it down and it should spin.
Okay. There we go. See, that's what I was looking for. Your answer was not of any use to me.
My answer was
Rico
great.
was good. Thank you, Rico.
Rico was very good.
Looking forward to trying that next time. We'll take a
You're
break.
not going to try my way?
No. Why would I go out of the app, go back in the app, search and find the game
Guaranteed
again?
to work.
Yeah, but Rico is this a whoop? I like Rico. Rico, you're the man. Thank you. That was big. My day has gotten better. My life has gotten better.
And we're going to make everybody's life better.
If you own a dog, we're going to really make your life better. Or maybe not, but we'll see. But if you own a dog, don't miss it next after traffic. From got the pride of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Aaron Nola.
Play for Team France, being from Baton Rouge.
Apparently not. Aaron Nola pitching for Team Italy. I don't know how that all works, but anyway, he's on the hill. He's trying to pitch Italy to a victory over Mexico, which would help the U.S. make the knockout stage of the World Baseball Classic if Mexico wins and scores 4 or fewer runs while winning. Mark DeRosa and his guys go home.
That would be bad.
No score, bottom of the first. We will certainly keep you up to date on the big Italy-Mexico games. Turned into one of the biggest games ever played in like American baseball history.
It really has.
If Mexico wins this and the U.S. gets knocked out, it's going to just reverberate. Sorry to say. All right. We promised you out there, and we are sports talk, but we try to talk about a lot of other kind of things here from time to time. And both Skraby and I have dogs. And I'm sure almost everybody listening out there has a dog, or certainly knows somebody who has a dog, or so there's a dog in the family somewhere.
Yes.
So I don't think we're leaving anybody out with this conversation.
No.
And both Skraby and I found out something today from our guy down the hall. He works at our sister station, KSON, Kimo Jenkins. And Kimo is honestly retiring in a couple of months. He has been doing the on-air DJ thing for as long as I can remember. He's one of the all-time greats, legends in our business. And, along with that, Skraby, as you know, he's one of the world's nicest guys.
He's the best.
He's the best. So we're talking to Kimo earlier, and he and his wife, Shannon, are moving to Italy.
Yeah.
This summer, and that's where they're going to make their home, et cetera, after Kimo retires. So they have the best dog, though. Angie the dog.
I wish I could go get her right now. She's here.
I know. She's such a cool dog, but she's a pretty big dog.
She's a big dog.
Right? Big dog, Angie.
She's like a pit bull.
But she's a softie at heart.
Oh, such a softie.
Oh, yes, the perfect dog.
When you say, come here, Angie, she'll come over.
We love Angie.
She just snuggles up next to you.
Angie's the best. But Angie's quite large. So I asked Kimo, how's Angie getting to Italy? I mean, I don't think Angie can swim that far. And my first thought was, well, I'm sure they're going to fly her over there, and you got to be underneath the plane, and that sucks.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But that's the only thing you can do.
That's all I know how to do.
Guess what, dog owners? It's not the only thing you can do now. Within the last year, a new company was actually founded in 2024, so it's just a little more than a year old. It's called Bark Air. That's right. B-A-R-K Air. Bark Air.
Chris said this earlier, and I was like, that's really funny.
You thought I was joking, because I thought Kimo was joking when he told me. His wife, Shannon, has already purchased tickets for her and Angie to fly over to Italy on Bark Air. It is the world's first dog-first airline. I'm reading this. It offers luxurious, stress-free flights designed entirely around your dog's comfort and well-being. There's a picture of the cabin here, Skraby.
It looks awesome.
It looks awesome. The dog is like leaning over the seat, looking down the aisle. He's the most relaxed dog you've ever seen.
Like, look at this dog. It's sleeping in a bed next to a human.
Well, I don't know if you can get that on the screen for those who are watching, but if you want to look this up, look up Bark Air. They basically fly out of New York, L.A., London, those kind of they're working on more cities as they go along. You don't fly like in a plane that you and I are used to. You fly in a Gulfstream jet, and they have cabins that are configured to accommodate up to 10 people traveling with their dogs, even though once in a while the aircraft, it says, can even seat more. Dogs of all sizes and breeds are welcome. The human being must be over 18 years old. I wanted to let everybody in on this possibility that might never before have considered flying their dog anywhere.
Well,
because you don't want to put your dog underneath the plane and the cargo.
No,
I just can't imagine anybody would want to ever do that.
I have a massive fear, Chris, of like the
Everybody
oxygen
does.
being taken out of the
Everybody does. Everybody does. So I'm not a spokesperson or being paid by Bark Air. I wish I was.
Yeah, me too.
I'm doing a hell of a promotion for them. I will say one thing, if you want to look it up and you go to Bark Air, I think they're the only company doing it from what I can find online. It's going to cost you. It is going to cost you.
This is where I drop out.
Yeah, this is where the dog is not flying with me. But for those of you living in Fairbanks Ranch, Rancho Santa Fe, La Jolla,
I'll fly you around with a dog if you want me to.
Yeah, it's going to cost you. But
oh man, Jaron Duran just robbed Vinny Pasquantino of a home run.
I love when
baseball class. I know you hate
interrupt me because people can't see it.
Well, I explained it. Bark Air.
Bottom
did you
line.
say the price yet?
No, I'm not going to say the price.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to let you find out for yourself. It is really expensive.
I would have to take out a loan.
It's really expensive. But I think for a lot of people out there who had never considered being able to ever fly their dog anywhere because there's no way they're putting them under a plane, guess what? There is an option for you.
Now, you asked a very good question that I cannot find the answer to.
Yeah, well, let me read a couple more things because we have a minute more. They have spacious seating. You sit with your dog, right? They don't have the dog elsewhere. You're sitting with them. It says they have calming aids like music, lavender-scented towels. They have specialized in-flight meals such as doggy champagne, whatever that is, and barcachinos. They have lounges with treats and toys and comfortable seating before you take off. They have onboard entertainment. This is fun for the human beings. Videos of squirrels, birds, and other engaging content.
Okay, that would make my dog run around like crazy.
Well, they're giving it all to you, but your question is the same one I have.
I can't find the answer to it.
Where do you take the dog for a walk?
No, well, not that. It's where do you take the dog to go to the bathroom?
That's the same thing. I didn't want to say it. Obviously, yes. Where are they going to go? You can't step outside.
It doesn't say
it's
anything.
It's a 6-hour flight, maybe further to Italy.
Buried in the FAQ.
Okay. Is there some? Are you going to be able to read this on air?
Yes. Is there a place to relieve my dog there are designated relief areas outside of each plane for you to mark one last time before your tail's in the clouds. If you have to go during the flight, we have some pads in designated areas. Okay, that's weird.
Pad isn't going to work for number 2.
Has anyone ever smelled a dog do that?
Yeah, number 2.
It will fill up that entire cabin.
Number 2 can be an issue.
I don't like that.
Well, I don't know. Look, Chemo's wife is flying Angie to Italy. Angie will have to go at least once, I would think, on a 13-hour flight.
They also say, how many dogs and people will be on my flight? On average, our cabins accommodate 7 to 9 humans and 7 to 9 pups.
I read that.
I know, but what I'm saying is that's at least 7 dogs going to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's part of the deal. I think, I'm just guessing. Why don't you write on the chat, if you think you can afford it, is it something you would want to do? I think almost everybody would want to.
Yeah.
It beats putting them underneath the plane.
Yes.
It just has to.
Yes, very much so.
All right. Check it out. Bark Air. But be ready for the sticker shock when you get to the price. Hey, you learn all kinds of cool stuff on this show.
Yeah.
And Italy just scored to take a lead over Mexico. I think Pasquantino's ball was not caught by Jaron Duran.
I think you're right.
It was a home run by Pasquantino in the second inning. Italy won, Mexico nothing. That's good for the Americans.
So me screaming, hey, he just robbed them without actually knowing the result of the play maybe was
actually
out of place.
Totally wrong. More Gwynn and Chris is coming up with a big 5.
Gwynn and Chris.
4:36. Tony's off today, as are the Padres. Chris and Skraby here from the Bill House Studios. We know how. When we last left you, Nevada was leading Air Force 39-6. Yeah, that was the score of a basketball game. It's now still a blowout, but it's at least a little somewhat more presentable. 75-36 late in the second half.
Spree.
Yeah, Air Force has gotten hot, but still a 39-point lead for Nevada. They're obviously going to move on in the tournament. Earlier today, UNLV moved on. Aztecs await the winner of Fresno State and Colorado State later tonight. One other college basketball note, speaking of blowouts, earlier today in the Big 12, Iowa State 91, Arizona State 42.
Oh.
That was a 49-point rout, the second largest loss in Arizona State basketball history.
Now, did they fire their coach?
Yes, that's why I brought it up.
Okay.
Bobby Hurley was let go after the game.
But I thought there was news on it last week.
No, they've been talking about this for the last month, that they didn't give him an extension.
Okay.
Everybody assumed he was going to get let go, but there was no word on it. Now there's word.
Okay.
So Arizona State has moved on from Bobby Hurley. I think he ought to go to UConn and have to put up with his brother, Danny Hurley. I think the two of them deserve each other.
I don't know.
God, could you imagine? Could you imagine reffing that game?
What's the other Hurley's guy's name?
Those are it.
No. What's the Arizona State guy? I forgot his
Bobby
name.
Hurley.
Bobby. Is he crazy like Dan Hurley?
He's an idiot too.
Okay.
He's nice. He's nice. He's like Danny. He's nice when you talk to him. He's a good interview.
But he loses his mind.
During the game, he goes, ape crap.
Can we phrase that differently next time?
I can't. Otherwise, I would swear, and you wouldn't like that.
That's true.
Bobby Hurley and Danny Hurley. I think the two of them together would be
wild.
Oh my God, it'd be hilarious.
They just start fighting each other.
They would. They might actually start throwing punches on the bench if they coach together. All right, that's the news there. We got a big 5 coming up, but first, Skraby's going to check us some traffic, or Kelly Danick is.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions. Definitely getting a little busier out here, guys. Orange Avenue off-ramp, South 805, got a collision. Also reports of a stall on South on 5 right at the North 163 connector ramp. Tow truck helping to get a stall vehicle out of middle lanes on northbound 163 before Friars Road. We also have reports of a brush or encampment fire eastbound 8 past Severn. It's over to the right shoulder. It looks like you got lanes blocked on eastbound 56 before Carmel Valley Road. An accident, emergency crews on scene. Shop Vons and Albertsons for big savings on everyday favorites right now. Signature Select whole frying chicken drumsticks or thighs, bone in, are 99 cents per pound. And medium ripe avocados are 99 cents each with membership where applicable. Shop Vons and Albertsons for more deals and savings. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big 5 starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
You know, Chris, I've been asked about our opens recently, like our segment opens.
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to change some of them. I don't know if we can ever change Chris versus fans, though. I think that one has to stay forever.
We've had similar opens for a while. It don't bother me, but yeah.
I think we need to change.
Understand that if you're asking for that out there, you're asking Skraby to do a whole bunch of extra work. So just so you know.
And
because I can't even remotely help you on that. I could throw an idea or two at you, but you have to be the guy who plugs it all in.
And
there.
what I'm really bad at is making the open of the hour opens. I've been playing some of those.
I like
for far
those.
too long.
I think our opens are fine, but I get what people are saying. You know,
I do too.
We're coming up on year number 9.
Nine.
Well, we're going to have 8 years done here in April. The 8th anniversary of the show. April, whatever day it is. 15th, something
like
like
a
that.
marriage anniversary or something. I just never remember how many years. All right. We are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
1-0.
Number 5.
Just an update. Italy 1, Mexico 0, top of 3.
Our guy, Matt Snyder, we talked to him yesterday. He ranked the By the way, he had a great article about Mark DeRosa.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I bet he was pleased.
Pleased is a word. Our guy Matt Snyder ranked the top 10 rotations in baseball, and of course, the Dodgers are number one. And unfortunately, I don't think we can really argue it. However, he did not have the Padres in the top 10. Chris, do the Padres have a top 10 rotation?
I'm glad you're asking me where I can actually take a look at this.
Oh.
Because I have all the rotations here on my sheet.
I'm sorry, what?
I want to share with you, for those of you watching. This is the NL Central page. Can you see this on the chat? Okay. That's the NL Central. I have one for every division, but it's every team's roster.
That's a lot.
But it's not much because it's only on 6 pages. Like I can tell you right now, Cubs better than the Padres on paper. Cabrera, Boyd, Imanaga, Horton, Talion. That's good. Top 10? I don't think so. Not until I see it. Strider, Sale, Elder, Lopez, Holmes, Mariner. There's a lot of good rotations. There really are. Giants have Webb and Robbie Ray at the top. Rockies, Freeland, Dolan. No, I'm kidding. Tigers have Skubal and Framber Valdez.
Framber Valdez, and also Jack Flaherty, and also Justin Verlander.
Yeah, that's pretty deep on paper. No, I don't think Padres are top 10, but I hope they are. Like I think they can be, based on what Michael King's year was like last year, based on Musgrove recovering, based on Pivetta, can he do that again? And based on uncertainty, still at number 5 until we see it, yeah, I think out of the top 10 is fair. Okay. But let's revisit this in the middle of May because we could be in the top 10 by then.
I do agree with you. They're not in the top 10. I mean, if we're talking about Walker Buehler or German Marquez for number 5, the first 3 are great. And by the way, Joe Musgrove, arm soreness, we won't hear anything today because they're off, but we still don't know what the extent of that is. So if he's out, that definitely takes him out.
Kevin Acee termed it correctly today. He said it's not anything to panic about, but it's also not insignificant. I think that's right. I think that's where it is.
I think he's right with that, but I don't like it.
Oh, I know. It's one of those. It's either nothing to it, or it could be something to it. Yeah,
oh, great.
Better hope it's the first.
Everybody say good things for Joe Musgrove out there.
Number 4.
I need him.
The Indianapolis Colts and quarterback Daniel Jones reached an agreement today on a 2-year, $88 million contract that can be worth up to $100 million. Jones gets $50 million fully guaranteed at signing, while $60 million is guaranteed for injury. Wow, that's weird. And I'm fired up, Jones said. Fired up to be back and definitely grateful for the opportunity to be back and here with the Colts, end quote. Jones is recovering from a torn Achilles, expected to be ready for the start of the regular season. One source told Adam Schefter he, quote, absolutely expects him to be ready for training camp. I'm up first. Is this a waste of money? I guess I can't say it's a waste of money because they did pretty well in the beginning of last year. And then when he got hurt, they completely went downhill. But how does Daniel Jones keep getting all these contracts?
When did they started going downhill while he was still there? Right?
Yeah, but then he got hurt. It showed that the team was worse without him.
Yeah.
But you're giving a guy who's never done anything $44 million a year as a base.
Just won a playoff game.
One. That gets you $44 million.
I know, but the Dolphins gave Tua $54 million, and he hasn't won a playoff game.
Now I know this is the going rate for a quarterback.
Yeah, this is what's happening.
If I'm paying quarterback $44 million, it's not going to be Daniel Jones. If you have to write in a guaranteed number for injury, it means you're injured too much. Go ahead, Chris.
I don't know. Quarterbacks just make too much money. So does every other position. I don't know what else to even tell you. I was reading the free agent signing story today. I mean, Jalen Phillips, another former Dolphin edge rusher, $30 million a year with Carolina.
Wait, you got $30 million as
4
an edge
years,
rusher?
120. Yeah, that's $30 million. He just made $80 million guaranteed. The guy has hardly played the last 2 years.
Wow.
So, and he's not alone. This is all over the place. $30 million for edge rushers. Bradley Chubb just signed with Buffalo. $17 million for 3 years each. No, I mean 3 years, 42 total. Look, the Raiders just signed a center.
Yeah, Lindenbaum.
From $30 million. The previous high for a center was 20.
Yeah, people are crushing this move.
They went 100 and what is it? I don't know the Trump math on percentages, but it's like they went 200% above what the asking needed to be. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's 200% more. I don't know what it is.
Everybody is crushing this move.
The highest is the best center in the history of the game is making $20 million. They gave him 30. They didn't give him 21.
Yeah.
So
and that's why the Raiders don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think 44 is $2 million for the Colts, and I don't think Jones is ever going to be all that. I think we saw the best of him for about 6 weeks last year, and it didn't really sustain.
It didn't. Katrina says, I've won as many playoff games as Tua. Can I please have $40 million?
54.
All of us.
Sorry, Katrina, $54 million.
That would be nice.
That's what the Dolphin tab is to the Falcons this year.
Wow.
$54 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 3.
Syracuse fired men's basketball coach Adrian Autry today, bringing an end to his 3-year tenure in charge of the Orange, in which they did not reach the NCAA tournament. Where was he when Buddy Boeheim was around? Their season ended yesterday with an 86-69 loss to SMU in the first round of the ACC tournament. They lost 6 straight games to end the season. They finished 15-17. Coach Autry said, quote, I don't shy away from the job that I did. I'm harder on myself than anybody. I didn't get the results that we wanted, end quote. So, Chris, we talk about coaches not getting a full opportunity to do things. Is 3 years enough?
It's on the border. I'm tired of it all. Somebody's got to lose these basketball games. You know what I mean? Like Kansas is going 28-3 every year. Duke's going 29-2. UConn's going 30-1. Gonzaga is going to lose 2 games. Somebody's got to lose to these guys.
Yeah, true.
It is so tough. Every coach that is, out of the NCAA tournament, this is why I think the coaches would love to see the tournament expanded.
Yeah,
because they can get in and say, hey, I was in the NCAA tournament.
Resume builder.
But nobody else wants it to be expanded. I mean, look, I read tweets this year that called for Brian Dutcher to be fired because this year sucked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So if he's getting people to say that, Syracuse, which is a pretty proud, tradition there, 3 straight years, a long time for them to not make it. I think 3 years is about the number. You got to give at least 3. I'm going to get crazy mad when you go 1 or even 2.
Yeah.
But also understand part of this is what we don't know. How much money is Syracuse giving these guys to succeed? Because that's what it's coming down to now.
True.
You can coach the greatest coaching job ever. But if you're at, NIL school getting $1 million to work with, and you're trying to beat UConn's $32 million to work with, that's not a level field. You can't fire your coach for losing to UConn.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to get him more money. That's what's happening in college basketball now.
Brandon makes a good point. I mean, he replaced the legend in Jim Boeheim. So
yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. My opinion, 3 years is enough. What Chris said, we can move on.
By the way, final score in the Air Force Nevada game, 80-45. I tell you that because Nevada was favored by 39 points. They did not beat the spread because Air Force outscored them 9-0 in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Wow.
That is how you lose a bet when you're up 50 points.
Yeah.
But you end up still losing if you bet Nevada.
That's why I don't
Cautionary
do
tale.
Those big
Cautionary
spreads.
tale.
Those things are tough.
Yeah. All right.
Number 2, we have an idea of what Kyler Murray. We have an idea of where Kyler Murray is headed after being cut by the Cardinals this week. Per ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Vikings are considered the overwhelming favorite to sign the former Cardinals quarterback. They have officially released him, and now that he's free, the Vikings are considered the overwhelming favorite. The words being used, I'd be shocked if he's not a Viking.
Okay.
So I'm up first. Would this make the Vikings a playoff team again? It depends on which version of Kyler Murray you get, but my best friend Kevin O'Connell is going to get him into shape. They're going to. I do think this is a playoff team because their defense is good enough. They got Justin Jefferson. They got some pieces on offense. Kyler Murray being able to move around. He's a veteran. JJ McCarthy can learn a little bit more. JJ McCarthy proved to me last year he is not ready for the NFL starting quarterback job. But Kyler Murray will at least give you a chance. And that's not what JJ McCarthy was doing. So I do think they would become a playoff team if Kyler Murray was good. Chris?
They're almost a playoff team with JJ McCarthy. They were 9-8 last year.
I keep forgetting that.
They were 14-3 the year before.
I did know that.
Kevin O'Connell's doing a hell of a job. But I can't guarantee that Kyler Murray makes them a playoff team for one reason. And I've heard this multiple times. Do you remember when we were talking about, the Dolphins should get him immediately?
Yeah, you brought this up.
And I thought, yes. And then I read into it and I'm like, no. Kyler Murray is a lazy bum. And I'm all right. But the word on the street is that he does not work hard.
That is true.
He does not study. They had to put it in his contract, didn't they?
I'm not sure if that's a rumor or not.
All right, but but the word was that they had to put in his contract that he had to, work a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You didn't ever have to put that in Peyton Manning's contract. So once a lazy bum, usually always a lazy bum. Is Kyler Murray going to work hard enough to be really successful? The NFL level is insane. You know it. I know it. Right, Skrabe?
Yep. It is insane.
Italy just made a 2-0 home run by John Birdie, backup infielder for the Cubs, I think, a couple years ago. So 2-0. It's better for the U.S. They're in the top of the fourth inning. Mexico could still win 3-2 or 4-2. But those are the only things now that can keep the United States out.
I did look this up real quick, and some people are talking about it, so I trust it. But it seems that they have an independent study clause that required him to spend at least 4 hours a week watching film.
Yeah.
Specifically noted that he couldn't be watching TV or playing video games during that time.
It's not a good look if you're an NFL quarterback.
I think he was humbled a little bit.
To be good at the NFL level, you know that. You got to eat, sleep, breathe, everything.
I know.
I don't think Kyler Murray works hard enough, so that's going to be Kevin O'Connell's big challenge if he ends up going there.
All right.
Number 1.
Bryce Harper is all up in the news lately, but one thing some fans are saying from the Phillies part of the country is that Bryce Harper has seen his best years, and the Phillies fans are worried about his start in the WBC as a sign of things to come.
Okay.
He's only like hitting 200.
It's 3 for 14.
Oh,
so
well, that is bad.
It's over.
That is bad.
Yeah.
But here's the question, Chris. Has Bryce Harper seen his best years?
Hey, maybe.
Should we carry this over?
No. I don't want to talk that much about Bryce Harper, really.
Okay. So your answer is maybe.
But I don't think he's a guy like I'm throwing out the, with the wash either.
Oh, of course not.
He'll hit 27 bombs, 75, 844 OPS. His career's 905. So I'd say, yeah, I think he might be on the downside.
But he's still
he's in his 15th year coming up. Remember, he started playing. He was like 11 years old.
He was very
so. His last MVP was 2021. So I think his best days are behind him. But that doesn't mean he's still not a 25 home run, 80 RBI guy, which is still pretty productive.
So Phillies fans, calm down.
Yeah. Calm down, everybody.
That's it for the Big Five.
All right, we'll keep it in this baseball, but a good start as far as the U.S. is concerned.
Aztecs basketball is back, and the
Gwynn and Chris, Wednesday, actually final 46 minutes. Leaving a little early today to get you up there for the Big West Conference basketball tournament. I'm assuming it's in Las Vegas. Every other tournament is.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's in Las Vegas? I bet it is.
Let me see.
UCSD taking on Cal Poly. San Luis Obispo. Cal Poly slow.
Oh, it can't quite make Las Vegas. It makes,
Henderson.
Yes.
I read that. Yes. Henderson. It's in the outskirts of
It's
Vegas.
not quite Vegas, but it's close.
It's close. Yes. That's where the Big West is. That's where we will take you. You UCSD basketball fans. Everybody who's an Italy baseball fan tonight, Aaron Nola is getting it done for you.
He really is.
To this point, they're in the fourth. Italy 2, Mexico nothing. An Italy victory guarantees the U.S. advances, but a Mexico victory, and it has to be by a score of either 3-2 or 4-2 or 4-3. Those are the only three options left.
I hate this whole tiebreaker
It's weird,
thing.
yes, but if any of those final scores in favor of Mexico would eliminate the United States, and the genius that is Mark DeRosa.
I don't want to have to be Albert Einstein to figure out the tiebreaker. Okay.
Well, I'm giving it to you. Mexico win, scoring.
But I don't understand it. 4-3, 3-2, 4-0. Like,
well, that's all that's left.
Okay. Oh, I see.
When the game began, anything with Mexico winning at 4 or under would win. But now that, I don't want to be too confusing here, but now that Italy has scored 2 runs, Mexico is going to have to score either 3-2 or 4-2 to eliminate the good old U.S. of A.
Keep dealing, Aaron Nola.
Aaron Nola's getting it done, man. I can't believe that guy had a 6.01 ERA last year. How did that show up?
I don't know.
And how was he not on my fantasy team doing that? Because most guys that have years like that are on my squad. But that just came out of nowhere because Aaron Nola, up till last year, was one of the best guys in the league, or pretty good, right?
Yeah. I'm reading it because I'm trying to find out if Mark DeRosa has said anything since all this, and he hasn't. But
he's just sitting at home right now with his fingers, legs, elbows, kneecaps all crossed. He's got to be hoping that this works out for them, because if it doesn't, he's going to be shredded.
Now,
he's already getting shredded, and they haven't even been eliminated.
I know.
What happens if they actually get eliminated?
Yeah, that I cannot predict, nor can I stop.
Right? I mean, it's going to be crazy.
I think this is where he made the mistake. He made the mistake when he said, I misspoke.
I agree
because
with you.
He did not misspeak. He said what he said confident. Let me play it. Let me play what he said, because I want to make sure everybody has the tone and everything. So give me a second.
All right. Well, what you're going to refer to is his interview with the MLB Network yesterday or this morning. Yesterday morning after the day they beat Mexico, the next day before they played Italy. Mark DeRosa said this to
It's
Matt
been
Vester.
awesome, just a leader of men behind the scenes with Aaron Judge. I'd like to get him in there. I'd like to get Gunnar in there again. Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our tickets punched to the quarterfinals. Because
there you go, tickets punched. He says it like it's in his fabric.
He said it like he believed it, and he continued on down that vein.
Yes,
he had a press conference before the game, talked about how everybody celebrated the night before, and that some of his guys were dragging. That's a quote. He also filled out a lineup that was less than stellar.
Yep.
For the Italy game.
Less than stellar.
Well, yeah, they're all stellar.
No, I'm
but
saying
you know what I mean?
for that, it was like Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, he kept some of his starters out. And so for him to say he misspoke is just a lie. He didn't misspeak. He truly believed they were moving on until finally somebody tapped him on a shoulder somewhere and said, And, so I agree with you, Skraby. He made a mistake. Again, I'm not against mistakes.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm against covering them up and lying about them. That I'm against.
I think he also, if someone, from the moment he said that,
somebody should
to the game, someone should have told him what the deal was.
Somebody should have helped him out. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like everybody just kept it to themselves. He doesn't seem like a guy that's scary to approach, but
yeah, somebody just said, Mark, I got to tell you, you might want to win this game tonight against Italy. Any other baseball news on the home front?
No news on Joe Musgrove.
If you are wondering, thank you. Joe Musgrove, we don't know anything. Padres are off today. I think everybody's off. I don't think anybody's even at the facility, or maybe just a few people working out. Astros closer, Josh Hader, remember him?
Yeah, he's
going to open the season on the injured list.
I know.
We still haven't heard from Randy Arozarena about his rant against Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh said there's no beef. Don't know what Arozarena thinks yet, but haven't heard on him. And those are the good baseball things. Let me give you a couple NFL notes. The big news: Trey Hendrickson goes to the Ravens now that the Max Crosby deal fell through.
That's a really,
not a bad little.
And they also said they were going to
exchange.
go after both of them. They were going to do that regardless of Max
they're
Crosby.
getting Hendrickson. Crosby's back with the Raiders. Cowboys trade some defensive tackle. I'm going to try it. No, I'm not. Big, long guy named to the 49ers. Defensive tackle.
Big, long guy named.
Yeah, Dolphins, former Dolphin, OLB, what is it? Bradley Chubb. 3-year deal, Buffalo, $43 million.
Went to Buffalo from Miami? I guess you're going to a good team, but
it's going to be cold. Here's the thing, Buffalo fans. Unless he does stuff he didn't do, you're going to be disappointed, because I didn't see him change too many games, really, in my time rooting for him. Here's another one that was pretty good we didn't mention yet, but Kevin Byard. I don't even know who that is, but I do now. Kevin Byard led the NFL in interceptions last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you would think as a football fan we would know that, but
I know his name. I didn't know he led in interceptions.
He was with, who was he even with?
Is he with was it the Eagles?
I don't know.
No.
Packers? I don't know where the hell he was from.
Let me see.
Who did he play for last year?
I thought.
That's so funny.
No, I thought.
He was the Bears?
He was with the Bears, yes.
God, we're really we call ourselves football fans, and we don't even know who the interception leader played for.
Well, no, I thought he played for the Titans, but then I thought the Titans were terrible last year. There's no way he started his career with the Titans.
Not only that, second time Byard's led the league in interceptions. He did it earlier in his career. Anyway, he signed with the Patriots.
Patriots are making some great signings.
Seems like it. I think that and the other one with Green Bay. They got Dobbs. Thought that was good. Those are pretty much those stories. The NBA still, basking in the glow, I guess, of Bam Adebayo's 83-point game, although some people seem to be quite critical of it, saying that it was basically fabricated in a lot of ways and everybody had to help him and it wasn't real and it wasn't organic. And to all those people, a lot of times I agree with that, but not in this case. The guy got 83 points, however he had to get it. It's pretty amazing. There's been a lot of NBA games played over the last, 80 years?
Yeah.
There's a lot of great players who are way better than Bam Adebayo who never got anywhere near 83 points in a game. So
that's the best thing for me is that it's such a random person.
Such a random guy.
He's not known for scoring a lot. I mean, he's averaging 20 points a game this year. That 83 points helps him a little bit.
Right. Brings him up. That's the NBA stuff. What else? You wanted to talk about the golf.
Yeah, we could do that on the other side because it's going to take a little bit.
It's going to take you how long?
It's going to take me a little bit to explain. If you want to go to 18, we'll go to 18. Let's do
Golf
that.
has made a couple changes, and Skraby wanted to discuss. I have no problem with you discussing.
All right. Now, they're going to change this possibly for 2028. They're trying to revamp the entire PGA Tour vision, and they're going to have something called, and Tiger Woods is heavily involved in this and trying to figure this out. But here's what the overall goal is, and I'm going to just read the description. PGA Tour CEO Brian Rolap, speaking outlined a transformative two-track vision for the tour's future. Developing this plan alongside a committee led by Tiger Woods, they aim to streamline the schedule and increase scarcity to make every event more impactful. Now, here's what they do. They have a two-track system. Track 1, a series of 21 to 26 elevated events, including the 4 majors. Basically, it's all of the great events. Track 2 is called The Ladder, a secondary series of tournaments that serve as a pathway to the elite track. So if you're a new golfer, you have to go through that path to get to track 1. Now, here's where I think Chris might like this. Inspired by European soccer models, the tour would implement a merit-based system where players can be relegated and promoted based on their play. This is designed to ensure the best versus the best matchups occur more frequently while maintaining a path for emerging talent to earn their way to the top. I like that. Relegation. Now, the schedule, the calendar.
Let me ask you something before you go too crazy on relegation.
Yes.
Don't you already have to have a certain amount of PGA points to stay on the tour? So what does the relegation refer to?
Okay, the relegation refers to like event by event if you need to be above it. So they're trying to always have events matched up with the best players in the game. So if you're track 1, which is the big tournaments, then you play in those. If you're track 2, you have to play into track 1.
Okay. So so track 1 is going to, so the tournament, instead of being 130 players now, is going to be less
signature events. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I don't know. We're being less exclusionary, right?
No.
Yes, we are. We're kicking people out of the tournament,
but they don't need to be there.
Why not?
If a guy is missing the cut every single week, he doesn't.
Well, is that okay? I don't know. Do they all miss the cut every single week?
There's a lot of guys missing the cut.
I know there are, but there's guys that come out of nowhere and compete to win the Masters sometimes. That's never going to happen if you're only going to take the top 32 guys and let them play. Is that good for your sport? To take away, I'm asking you.
I'm thinking. I think it's good for your sport. I think it's good for your sport because
you don't want Joel Damon mudding up.
No, he's already told us he doesn't care about winning.
You know what I mean? I'm using him as an example. You don't want Harris English muddying up the Masters leaderboard.
Kind of.
Okay.
Now the majors are going to have
But again,
the
you're just
same
going to
fields.
so you're going to have Scheffler and you're going to have Rory. You're going to have the same 12 guys every tournament. Is that what we want? I don't know.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think that people want to know the golfers that they're seeing. Like, no one cares when you tune into the Masters and Joe Smith is on the top.
I think a lot of people root for Joe Smith. You may not, but I think a lot of people tune in on the final day. Let's use not the Masters. Let's use even the PGA. All right. That's the tournament of the 4 that it seems like, they'll have some no names on there.
Yes.
A lot of people, I think, root for the no names. Not everybody wants to see Scotty Scheffler win every tournament.
I don't know any of those people,
Okay.
but you're right. I mean,
all right.
Here's another thing. They're thinking about they're going to condense the season schedule. So this is where Torrey Pines comes in.
Yeah.
Because Torrey Pines
They can't
is in
take our tournament away.
middle
Skrabe.
to late January. They're saying that the primary season would be condensed from late January to early September to avoid direct competition with the NFL season. And they are also saying because they only compete in 4 of the top 10 U.S. media markets, they're going to prioritize bigger cities like New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, San Francisco to drive fan engagement. Now, I do not care about a tournament in a big city. I just care about the golf course and the players.
Well, you better care about the big city because I think San Diego would qualify as a bigger city and improve our chances to keep our tournament.
I would have a hard time believing the PGA Tour would take Torrey Pines off the rotation. I would have a really hard time because all of the golf companies are here.
Where are they going to put it?
I don't.
July?
That would be nice. July's a nice time.
I'm asking you. I don't know.
I think January is the perfect time for Torrey
But they're not
Pines.
going to have any tournaments in January.
Late
You just
Jan-
said.
Maybe it's the first one of the year. Who knows?
Okay.
But they're really trying to change this to reinvent golf.
So they need to reinvent golf? Is that because of LIV, or is that because they just think golf is getting stale?
I think they think golf is getting stale. And I do think that LIV is pushing them into some of these things because LIV, although most of the things are not great, they have had some things that people like. So kind of like the format. I hate the format. I hate the shotgun start.
The LIV
format. Anyway, there you go. You don't like
Did
it,
you
though.
ask? I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm asking. I don't know if I just want the top 32 guys to be in every tournament. I don't know if I like that.
Oh, actually, I have a solution for you.
I
go watch the track 2 tournaments, which is all the other guys.
I don't want to watch that either. I want to watch everybody in the hunt. I think the fact that Tiger Woods, as great as he is, had to beat 120 guys every time. That's what blew me away. And if you want to ask me, the 2 most dramatic moments in Tiger Woods' history, one was beating a guy named Bob May at the PGA in a playoff. The other was beating Rocco here in Torrey Pines.
Yep.
Neither of those guys would have been in the tournament under your newer rules. I'm just saying.
Rocco was
Was
a
Rocco
decent
that
player.
high?
And I didn't want to mention this because they were not very clear on this, but they do want to have some of these events have 120 guys in them.
Okay.
But they haven't finalized this, ironed this out. But knowing that Tiger's a part of it makes me feel a little bit better.
Anytime Tiger's behind something, it's got a real chance to work for sure.
Except for his indoor golf league.
That thing is a disaster. I saw some guy get a hole-in-one the other day.
That's awesome.
Great. He got it on a screen.
I think it's probably
So
harder.
stupid.
It's probably harder to do it on a screen than it
Dumbest
is in
thing
real
ever.
life.
It's dumbest thing ever territory.
All right.
By the way, if you're on your way to the soccer tonight, good luck to SDFC. They play the first leg of their CONCACAF this evening
That's
against
true.
Toluca.
Should I go through
We're
some
gonna
of
have
the
our,
stuff on the other side?
Sure. We're going to have our soccer guy on tomorrow. So if you are at the match tonight, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll get our report on that. But I find this weird, but I'm not a soccer, totally, into the soccer world yet. I do find it weird, though, that in the middle of your season with a game last week that you won again over Kansas City, you're 3-0, and a game this Saturday, you're stopping to play in a tournament on Wednesday.
Yes.
That's weird to me. I struggle with that, but that's what they do in soccer. So I got to get used to it. Chris, come on, figure it out.
I know. I'm with you. It's been interesting, but I'm enjoying learning about soccer.
We are, and I hope that if you're at the game tonight, they pass a couple of balls into the meat wad.
Pass a couple of balls
into the meat wad.
All
Gwynn
right.
and Chris comes back after a check of traffic.
From the 8-5.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the
reefer
measurement
and
unit.
The
Okay.
X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know.
I've allowed milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I would
us
have
tell
said
us the
no.
actual rules of this. Like
The rule
Wanna
is
see if you can do it, I guess.
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
that's
one of you
not
can't
happening.
do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
Fulls. I will take
And
one.
the winner,
spoonful of
Skraby,
this.
has a jar of
Here it is.
a couple of my jars.
I think they
products.
both are winners if they pass
Hold on
this.
for
I
the
hate to
winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now,
this is the one that he has right now.
The 38?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No,
Maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, and we're doing
All right,
this.
hold on.
Here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
God, he
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful for those listening.
This
on that.
is, I'm literally sweating watching him
That's
do
a
this
full
right
spoon?
now. That's a full spoon.
All right.
Sure.
That is a full
Down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not. He did not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Skraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh.
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in? Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Skraby.
They both
Skraby,
did.
did you swallow that, Skraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
We're gonna see it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am. Are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
all
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what the
there.
competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
too?
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where I don't.
I
think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right.
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Valenzuela
it.
in the
Wait,
YouTube
no,
chat,
dog.
by the way.
What you waiting on? You let laughing it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Skraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed up.
College
But
boy.
this
I must tell you, Tony,
wait,
that Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he
he
did.
cashed
You
his
said I wouldn't
check.
be able to cash
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You
You
proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend. I
Skraby,
gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that
the
tie,
tie thing,
was
yeah, because
super weak.
this is less than a 10,
he's
right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little
no,
red,
The tie
Skraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a
This
little
hit me
red.
By the way,
faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
he's
He's
going
taking another
first.
one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow, you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh.
It's 38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
All right. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He's talking
Drop.
trash now.
Well, he
I
should
haven't had a
be.
sip of milk or bread.
He hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you got
are
you got a
doing
whole
this
other
to
spoon.
yourself?
No, because I don't want.
You
Adam
want
to-
Adam to say
He,
he
by
has
the way,
wheat sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in there.
Keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Ooh, boy, Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe, isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam hasn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's ridiculous
Klug.
because I'm.
Wow. Adam Klug is a tough
Scraby's
son
now
of a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say, it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to
go
bed.
get
bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
here's want the milk, dude. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
I
said
know you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
He
problem.
did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Skraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one, a jar of the ghost.
You can
pepper
have as much of this
salsa
as you want at all
and
times.
the,
Yeah.
Mr. Lane's roasty 38 chili powder.
You should let me have that chili powder though. I think I do. I think I would do more damage.
Started
with
off
this.
giving me the mild. My
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
yeah.
It's one of the
up there.
world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the
Reaper
measurement
and
unit.
the
Okay.
X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know. It was
I've
Scoville.
allowed
Yeah.
milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I'd
us
have
tell
said
us the
no.
actual rules of this. Like
The rule
Want to see if you
is
can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
Yeah, that's
One
not
of you can't
happening.
do it anymore.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
until you can't do it anymore.
fools.
I will take
And
one
the winner,
spoonful of
Skraby,
this.
has a jar
Yes,
of
it is.
a couple of my jars.
I think
Products.
they both are winners if they
Hold on,
pass
hold on,
this.
hold on.
I hate to
Winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now,
This,
I am-
this is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No,
maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
Right, are we doing
All
it?
right, here we go.
All right, let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
He
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful
does.
for those
This-
listening
this
on
This
that.
is
I'm literally sweating watching him
It's
do
a
this
full
right
spoon?
now. That's a full spoon.
all right.
That is a full
down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not.
My
He did
turn?
not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just.
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Skraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in?
Wow. You better go, dude.
There goes Skraby.
They
Skraby,
both did it.
did you swallow that, Skraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see it.
Tasty.
I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am. Are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
He's on
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there.
the
Competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
too?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where I don't.
I
Think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right,
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Bounds
it.
in the
Wait,
YouTube
now,
chat,
dog.
by the way.
Which way now? You let laughing it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Skraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed up.
But this
I must tell you, Tony,
hold
that
on.
Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
did.
cashed
You said I
his
wouldn't
check.
be able to cash
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend.
Skraby,
I gotta tell you though, this is
DeRosa can breathe easier. I must feel like he doesn't deserve it.
Stop! You are an American, sir.
I don't know if I like America better or a good car crash. The car crash, the car crash involving Mark DeRosa's mighty screw up was tantalizing, but Italy now has taken a 5-0 lead over Mexico, which means the only way Mexico can win would be to score at least 6 runs. And that means that either way, they score 6 or Italy wins, either way, U.S. has qualified for the knockout stage.
That's
it.
If I'm Mark DeRosa right now,
Oh my goodness, is he happy?
I've taken a breath for the first time today.
Yeah, it saved
everything.
I'll be honest with you. I think enough people are still going to remember this screw up, though.
Oh, I agree.
But had it cost them a spot in the next round,
it would be more infamous.
It would be infamous. Mark DeRosa would never live it down. Italy's ahead 5-0. What that means for the next round is if Italy goes on to win, they're in the 5th inning, they would finish first. The United States would finish second, and the United States would then meet Canada in the quarterfinals. Are we ready for another U.S.-Canada showdown? We already knocked them off twice in the Olympics there in the hockey.
Bring it.
Bring in another one, you say.
Bring it.
Okay. So
I don't know why I love country sports, but I do.
You like country sports. Okay.
I do love Team USA sports.
Fair enough. Dominican Republic's ahead of Venezuela 2-0 thanks to a Juan Soto home run.
Now, there is something that Gonzo put on the chat. Say Mexico does come back tied up and go to extra innings. That changes things.
Right, because it's amount of runs per outs recorded.
Yes.
So, yes, maybe there's a 1,000,000-to-1 shot now that the U.S. could get knocked out, but I think they're in the clear.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
NFL free agency is over. Did you realize that it's done?
Wait, they have a window now?
It came and went, from what I understand. Maybe I read this wrong, which is, wouldn't be the first time, but I'm pretty sure it's done.
Let's see.
A lot of action, though. Wow. The guys are moving right and left. Today, Bradley Chubb signs with the Bills. ESPN gives it a grade of C. I don't think it's any higher than a C either. Chubb's 30 years old. Let's see, $14 million a year. I just don't think he's that much of an impact guy anymore.
I don't think there's a window, by the way.
I actually don't think he was ever that much of an impact guy. Somehow Chubb became famous somewhere and started getting a ton of money. Dolphins gave him $110 million, so I don't know what they got for it.
I don't. Let me just update that. I don't think that.
Okay, you're saying that there's no window.
There's a legal tampering period that is a window, so it comes before free agency. But I think free agency is just open now.
Got it. All right, my bad. I read it wrong, which isn't the first time. One thing I will say about not Nick Chubb, he's a running back. Bradley Chubb, he was named Dolphins Man of the Year off the field. Evidently a really good guy.
Okay, all
right. Kobe Bryant. Yes, that one, the safety.
Yeah.
Has signed with the Bears. 3 years, $40 million. They give him a B for that. That's a tough name to live up to, to be honest with you. Right? Your last name's Bryant. Your parents name you Kobe. It's spelled different, but
I love it.
You don't mind it.
I think he did he go to Cincinnati?
He went to the Bears.
No, I mean,
I just said
I'm
the
saying
Bears.
college Cincinnati.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Look him up. Kansas City Chiefs re-signed tight end Travis Kelce today, giving him $12 million.
Wow.
Grade B.
Yes, he was a Bearcat.
I don't know that Kelce's best days aren't way behind him, but he wants to play. Chiefs aren't going to tell him no.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
just not. I don't think that was great news for Chiefs fans when Taylor Swift talked Travis into it.
No, I think Chiefs fans are into it.
You think they're happy to have Travis Kelce back? I think
Until game 8.
I think the smart Travis Kelce fan or Chiefs fan is not that happy because Kelce's not that good anymore.
Oh, I'm sure there's Chiefs fans that are excited about this.
I just said
know.
this, but I think the real discerning Chief fan sees that he's not what he was. It happens to the best of them, all of them. Age,
it does.
Or what'd you say? What do we say? Age, undefeated.
Father
Time, undefeated.
Yeah.
Commanders signed an edge. K. Levon Chason gets $11 million, B+ for him. Texans offensive tackle Braden Smith get an A. Texans needed an offensive lineman, and they've needed it for a while because old
Laramie Tunzel.
What's the quarterback who runs around back there?
CJ Stroud. Well, he doesn't really run; he just plants himself,
and he gets hit. Daniel Jones, 2 years, $88 million to stay with the Colts. If you need a loan, call Daniel Jones. $50 million of it is fully guaranteed. Man, I don't know. We all messed up, Skraby. We're learning how to talk. We should have been learning how to spiral that ball. The big one today, Ravens signed edge Trey Hendrickson, 4 years, $112 million. So that's 20 some odd. That's a lot. And he's going to replace what they thought they had with
Max Crosby.
Max Crosby went back to the Raiders.
I was reading about that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Their cap is a mess now because they spent some of the most money in free agency, and they expected for Max Crosby's money to come off the books.
But we talked about this yesterday, you and I, before the show, and we should bring it up when we come back because we need to kill a little more time before our UCSD game. I don't understand the cap anyway.
Yeah.
It seems to me like, for example, and then we'll research this a little bit in the break, but like the Dolphins are paying $54 million of cap money to Tua.
Yes.
But 2 minutes after that, they signed a guy for $45 million. So what is the cap? Seems like everybody still has the money. So we'll try to figure that out. We'll take a break. Don't forget UCSD Hoops is coming up in about 25 minutes, but we'll fill the time till then. I hope
from the first pitch of the year to the biggest games down the stretch.
All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
They could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. They can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
That was I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the third car back. And there's 2 left turn lanes. There's 3 cars in line here. And then the going straight is also red. And that is backed up each of the lanes. So that I've got cars on my right. I've got cars on my left. I got 2 in front of me. I got people behind me. No big deal. Light cycles through. And our turn doesn't come.
Oh, no.
So the cross traffic gets to go again. And then the people coming across in our direction, they get to go again. And then for a second time, they skip our turn. Well, that's what I thought. So now...
Actually, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck.
Right, you're stuck.
You're not going anywhere.
And my first thought, of course, as a good scout or, athlete, is to look around. Is there any way out? Can I back up? Can I, I'll do anything. But there is nowhere for me to go.
No.
It happens a third time.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty clear at this point, this light's broken. And I'm starting to think, how are we going to get out of this? Am I going to have to call, like, the police to come and fix it? No one's going to know it's broken.
911 emergency response.
Yeah.
Emergency. Ruffin Road in Claremont. The light is stuck.
The light is stuck. And so this is 5 minutes probably, but you can imagine 5 minutes.
No,
that's a long
That's a
time,
long
right?
time.
Well, when it comes to the fourth time, I finally start just leaning on my horn.
Oh.
I'm trying to get...
What are the people in front of you going to do?
Well, because there was a moment, right, after the traffic comes this way, it paused.
You want them to run the light.
You could at least, a couple people could run the light. We could get this going here.
You want them to run the light.
I did.
Break the law.
Well, they had to. Otherwise, we'd still be there. Anyway, so this is going on. So I'm starting leaning on my horn. The lady next to me looks at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Good for her. Good for her.
And good for her. Yeah.
Kidding.
I'm like, ma'am,
kidding.
are you just clueless? Were you going to sit here the rest of your life?
She has faith that the light's going to turn eventually.
Evidently so. If it had gone again, the guy next to me on this side rolled down his passenger window. That starts to go down. I think he's going to be mad. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the light's broken. Like, how do you not know this? We've all been sitting here for 6-7 minutes now. The two cars at the very front of the left turn lane are not budging. So they apparently are content to sit there for as long as it need be.
They also have faith that the light is going to turn.
But I have no faith.
What gives them that faith?
Yeah, but what gave him the faith? I mean, it had cycled through 4 times now. The 5th time, I was going to just have to get out of my car and walk up to them and go, will you please do something? Or get, and if you don't, and I would have,
something.
You know what I would have said? If you don't want to run the light, just get out of my way so I can run the light. I'm not sitting here the rest of the day. And finally, on the 5th time, the first 2 people ran the light, and the next person was able to get half. You know what I mean? And after a couple more cycles through, I got out of there. But I don't know.
Did the light ever start working?
I don't know. If you're at Claremont Mason Ruffin Road, you might still be there. I don't know. This was 45 minutes ago or so.
Wow.
So my question to you is, how differently would you have handled this than I did? And I'll start with you, Tony. Would there have been any difference, or do you know?
I don't know if I would have laid on my horn.
You would have just never laid on it.
I think I might have maybe rolled down the window, see if I could talk to somebody, see what else.
See if anybody else was in on it?
I don't think I would have laid on my horn because, listen, what you're asking is for them to, which may not be easy for everybody, and that is the timing between when because they're waiting for their light to turn.
Yes,
right?
they were waiting for
the light's not going to turn. But that also then requires them to guess the exact kind of when the timing of when they can go. And
yeah, well, you know what? Figure it out.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with
running the light,
with
even under these circumstances. Well, I think
not when there's other cars that could actually hit them.
Okay, I think you're right. And the reason I think you're right is because of the 40 to 50 cars that were now piled up in my area behind me and around me. I was the only one honking.
Right, and
then nobody else thought to do this. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yeah.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
Well, they could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. They can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
No, that was I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the 3rd car back. There's a USA baseball fan. Breathe easier. Italy 6, Mexico nothing. Yeah, that means the U.S. has, I believe, unless there's something that they haven't told us about this tiebreaker, U.S. is going to be moving on to the next round. Mark DeRosa's faux pas will just be a footnote in the future. Meanwhile, I feel a little for my, our friends in Mexico down there. They want to see them get into the next round. They're going to need to come back. They got 6-0, 6th inning. So 4 more at bats for Mexico. Otherwise, it's Viva Italia, not Viva Mexico. All right. Let's remind everybody that this is the happy hour, although they're not happy in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
The happy hour is brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pool sparkling, swim ready, expertly maintained. You notice how I don't say expertly anymore?
Yeah.
Got tired of taking crap for that.
Really?
Yeah. Call GL Pools now and say radio. If you do that, you'll get a free month of pool service from our good friends there at GL Pools. I see their trucks driving all over town.
Me too.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Time now for us to announce today's biggest fan. Nothing goes with that, right? There's no drum roll, nothing.
I guess I could.
Not worth it. Oh, good for you. Today's biggest fan, Chris Broussard. Wasn't there a...
Yes.
What's that guy's name?
His name is Chris
television?
Broussard.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right,
So I don't think it's the same
I don't
guy.
think it's him either, but if your name is Chris Broussard out there, give us a call within the next 10 minutes, 833-288-0973. Chris, if you call us in the next 10 minutes, you'll qualify for the grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite. Padre game, the staff will be there. It's all of us. And Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine will cater it. So you got a shot at it, Chris, but you got to call us in 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, 833-288-0973. The rest of you, get registered already at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Skraby going to check one more time the traffic patterns out there.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
I don't get it, guys. We are driving home in broad daylight. What is up with all these crashes? Is the sun getting in your eyes? We got a traffic alert northbound 125 to the eastbound 8 connector ramp. That is blocked with a crash. Also, eastbound 8 before Fletcher Parkway, accident blocking one of the right lanes. Also have a vehicle fire, Hotel Circle area, east 8 past Taylor, not showing if lanes are blocked. And westbound 8 before Taylor Street, collision over to the right shoulder. Reports of a brush or encampment fire south 805 at the westbound King Freeway connector ramp. Also, southbound 15 stall vehicle before the 52. It's in the center divide. Up ahead, a crash just past Claremont Mesa Boulevard. That is in the center divide. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, we're back.
Yes, we're back.
There was no transition there. Where was I going? I was going to go to the finish up the free agent stuff.
Yes.
And some of the grades that have been handed out. But I wanted to, I know what it was. I was he's got to talk to Chris Broussard. Just calling in. Good for you, Chris. Congrats. You will qualify for the. No way. Really? Oh, it's not the right one. Sorry. Chris Broussard, still call. Oh, yeah. Was it somebody pretending to be Chris Broussard? Were they trying to hoodwink you, Scrape? Yeah, goodbye.
He called in because he heard his name was Chris.
Oh, he heard Chris.
He wanted to talk about Bark Air. Do we want to put him on, Chris?
No, but I love the idea of Bark Air. If you were on with us earlier.
I'm sorry, Chris. We're on the air. I had to get back to Chris. And
Bark
I'm also
Air.
talking on like in the same room.
Yeah, Bark Air is for the dog lovers out there. So the question was, how do teams that are right up against the salary cap in the NFL, and it seems like every team is either up against it or approaching it. So how do they sign free agents for $45 million a year?
Give me a second because I think the real guy's calling now.
Oh, great. Skraby I was talking about real quick that the Italian team ran out of catching and they had to bring up a new catcher to fill in today. And I joked that it might be opera singer Enrico Palazzo.
Okay, we're back.
You got to be a Naked Gun fan to know the Enrico Palazzo reference.
So how can they sign someone for $45 million? Well, number one, the cap this year is $301.2 million. So you have to stay under that for your team.
For the whole team.
For the whole team. But what they're doing is they're negotiating, they're changing like signing bonuses and they're converting things so that it frees up cap space. And so the NFL, everybody does it. But I feel like this is kind of cheating. If you sign Patrick Mahomes to a $65 million a year contract, you can't just go after the first offseason and say, hey, we're going to give you actually $50 million guaranteed. And we just cleared up $50 million in cap. But that's what they do. So that's how they have more money.
All right. So that's my whole thing. The Dolphins, I'm using them as an example because I know about them the most. The whole big concern with the Dolphins was, can we really get rid of Tua, still owing him $99 million over the next 2 years? My answer was, of course you can. Just finagle it and use whatever money you have left to sign people. When the Denver Broncos had to pay all that money to Russell Wilson when they released him, everybody said, oh, the Broncos are going to be horrible for years to come because they won't have any money. Well, who had the best record in the AFC last year? The Broncos.
I get it.
And because they're spending money.
I don't think it's as easy as because
it sure seems easy.
Dead cap money is different from signing bonus money. It sure seems
easy. Dead cap, whatever cap, salary cap, whatever language they use.
Baseball cap.
Whatever language they use, all right? They still all seem to be able to add players to their roster for millions upon millions of dollars.
And it's because of finagling.
Okay. So then who cares if you make a mistake on Tua? Who cares if you make a mistake on Russell Wilson? Who cares if you sign somebody for $40 million and they don't work out? You just get rid of them and use the dead cap and figure out a way around it. That's what they always do.
Yes, they do. But I think the Dolphins are not going to be able to use that money to sign a player because they owe it to Tua.
Okay.
Because it's dead cap. Whatever is, they gave him guaranteed money.
Yeah.
They cut him. And so now they owe a bunch of money on the dead cap.
I get it.
And that can't be converted.
Doesn't seem to matter. Dolphins will get whoever they want to get. And every other team will get whoever they want to get. The whole notion of a salary cap in the NFL is just verbiage only.
It is kind of like
the way
that.
I look at it.
You're not wrong there.
All right, we're back tomorrow at 2. Tony should be back tomorrow, although there'll be a Padre game in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we got UCSD basketball coming up next. We got the United States through to the knockout stage of the World Cup. Thank goodness for Mark DeRosa.
All you people cheering against the USA. Gonna have to do it next game.
Yeah, I'm wearing that. Thank you for being out there. For Skraby, Chris, stick around. Tritons next from Henderson, Nevada.